Olympic setting to win. He's not Karch Kiraly, he's not Jose Loyola, but he's very, very good, and Kent Steffes maybe can captain this team to be very competitive in that situation.
The AVP will send 8 teams. The point leaders at the moment, Canyon Seaman on top along with Dane Blanton. However, they're no longer playing together.
Well, the Miller Lite Grand Slam used this format, these 5 tournaments, to qualify teams and or players. Canyon Seaman playing with Mike Whitmarsh. You heard who Dane Blanton's playing with, and there's his partner. Jose Loyola will move over, get out of the USA red, white, and blue as he plays on the AVP Tour and goes over and plays with former Brazilian partner Anginho for Brazil. Adam Johnson and Karch Kiraly been the hottest team on the beach in the last month. Stoklos and David Swadek are going to play, and Mike Dodd, no longer with Mike Whitmarsh, will probably play with Rob Hyder, a very deep field, and this is who they're going to take on. And as I mentioned, Chris, it really turns out to be the United States versus Brazil and parts of South America. Martinez and Conde, very, very good. Zimarco and Emmanuel have been the top team on the international tour for the last couple of seasons, but they didn't win a medal at the Olympic Games. Very disappointing for them. They'll be looking for some revenge. And remember the moment St. John Smith and Carl Hinkle had at the Olympic Games in Atlanta against Karch Kiraly and Kent Steffes. Maybe we'll see a rematch. We'll see. St. John Smith's been hurt, so he's going to need to really step it up in the next couple of weeks if he wants to do well at this competition.
Got to see those teams playing against each other in the first round. What do you think?
I don't know about the first round. Might be a little early.
The women's field promises to be the strongest ever. The WPBA is sending 8 teams plus a wild card headed by Lisa Arce and Holly McPeak. They're having a marvelous season.
Well, they're having a wonderful year, both domestically and overseas, winning on the WPVA Tour consistently, the leading prize money winning team on tour, but also recently going over and playing on the FIVB Tour. Remember, slightly different rules, different ball, and they won in Korea recently. Fontana and Hanley back from the Olympic Games. Carolyn Kirby and Nancy Reno should be a team to deal with, and it's a very strong field, but on the other side, you look at the international teams who were so successful at the Olympic Games, headed up by Silva and Perez, who spent some time playing in the United States, the defending gold medalists, and Monica and Adriana Samuel. We know her brother Kanji from the Brazilian men's team. They won the silver medal. Cook and Pothurst will also be there. They were the bronze medalists in Atlanta. So the men's and women's side, both very, very competitive and very deep. You're going to see all of these teams.
And in the next 2 weeks, we're going to be working on our pronunciation.
Well, you are. I'm okay. I'm already in shape, I think.
All right, that's the World Championship presented by Ericsson coming in 2 weeks. Don't miss it. All right, we'll come back. We'll have more from Orlando. The AVP Tour Championships will continue right after this.
A good sweat isn't so good once the game is over.
Great game, Brendan.
Thanks, mate. That's why there's Irish Spring Sport. It works hard because you play hard. Irish Spring Sport has an extra antibacterial ingredient that kills odor-causing germs better than regular soap. So I feel clean and fresh. It's Irish Spring Sport. Kills odor-causing germs, so play as hard as you like.
Wow, Daffy Duck! You're the greatest!
Thanks. Take a check.
Sure, Daffy. Just need some ID.
Are you serious? How many big cartoon stars come into this store?
Checks are a pain, but your bank has a better way, the Visa Check Card. And if your ATM card has a Visa logo on it, you've got one. It automatically deducts from your checking account everywhere Visa's accepted.
You're despicable.
Visa Check Card works just like a check, only better.
What a maroon.
Introducing the all-new, more powerful, better handling Honda Prelude. Choose your accessories with caution.
NBC's Sports World is brought to you by Miller Lite, who reminds you that anything can happen at Miller time. By Irish Spring Sport, play as hard as you like. By Tenactin. If you've got a tough case of athlete's foot, get Tough Actin Tenactin. And by Honda. Experience the thrill of the all-new Prelude and the new four-wheel drive CR-V.
A masterful day of volleyball for Adam Johnson and Karch Kiraly. Let's look one more time at game point. Adam Johnson at 14-7 points count. AJ dials up the winner. That will do it. Hope you enjoyed it. Once again, the final score, Kiraly and Johnson bomb Holdren and Rogers 15-7. Tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern, the NFL on NBC kicks off with an opening day doubleheader. In Game 1, most of you will see the San Diego Chargers and the New England Patriots. Then in Game 2, the Kansas City Chiefs battle John Elway and the Denver Broncos, or regional action. Coming up next, it's the first ever WNBA championship game. The New York Liberty, led by Rebecca Lobo, take on League MVP Cynthia Cooper and the Houston Comets. That's the WNBA championship game next. That will do it for Bill Walton and Paul Sunderland. I'm Chris Marlowe. The beach is now officially closed.
Come on, man. It's time. These are the cons who got out of jail to help the police in pulling a sting by wearing a dress and going undercover while racing a train to catch the bad guys so they can do it all again. With me so far?
Think we lost it?
Good.
You had to wear red. You try finding something in a size 16, okay?
Players coming to NBC Fridays this fall.
The rivalries, the challenges, the months of grueling work. Yep, sounds like school starting again. Before you go back, get to the Sports Authority first. Clothes, sports equipment, backpacks, shoes. The Sports Authority has all the goods. Because if you got to go back to school, you might as well do it right.
If you buy the so-called value brand detergent, you're paying for 90% water. But Ultra Era is concentrated with 2 times the detergent, which means more tough stain-cutting power to help get your whole wash clean. What would you rather pay for? More water or more stain removal? Ultra Era, the power tool for stains.
You're watching the News Channel, where you'll find News Channel 5 at 5.
You're watching the home of the WNBA, America's sports leader, NBC.
The inaugural WNBA season was the realization of a dream for so many young girls at times thought impossible. But for these women who helped make history, it was a dream come true. Rebecca Lobo's career may best be described as a fairy tale. She led an unbeaten Connecticut team to a national championship and then won Olympic gold last summer. The birth of the WNBA brought a new dream to life. She's been the leader of this New York team, which showed its mettle in an impressive playoff victory on the road, which is where they find themselves today. Houston's Cheryl Swoops leaves a legacy of her own. She now strives for WNBA glory, just 2 months after starting a family. In her absence, the Comets turned to Cynthia Cooper for leadership and guidance, and she responded with a league MVP performance. More history will be made today. As a league, with a vision, crowns its first ever champion.
This is the WNBA Championship pregame show. Here's Dan Hicks.
And the Houston Summit ready to rock for the inaugural WNBA Championship game as the Houston Comets host the New York Liberty. The Liberty won the season series 3-1, but in their last meeting, the Comets dominated the Liberty, winning by 15. The Comets streaked to the best record in the league, led by the league MVP, Cynthia Cooper. The Liberty's Rebecca Lobo, already with an NCAA title, an Olympic gold medal, and today looks to add a WNBA championship ring. And welcome to our New York studio, everybody, as we are less than 20 minutes away from the tip-off for the WNBA championship game between the Liberty and the Comets. 4 years ago, you might remember, these teams' NBA counterparts, the Knicks and Rockets, met in the NBA Finals, with Houston winning the championship at home. Hannah Storm and Ann Myers are set to call today's WNBA championship clash. Ladies?
Thanks, Dan. A stage was set for today's championship game in the regular season when the Comets and the Liberty developed one of the most intense rivalries in the WNBA. In the first half of the season, the Liberty, the league's best team, beat Houston 3 times. But in the second half, it was New York struggling while Houston was dominant, and they went into the Garden and defeated the Liberty by 15 points, the most lopsided win of the series. But now the Liberty has its confidence back and its championship form, coming off a semifinal win in Phoenix.
Well, they took a tailspin towards the end of the season, no question about that, but they won their last 2 games, and they never lost confidence in themselves. Teresa Weatherspoon, their team leader, is the one that kept everybody together. She led the league in assists and steals and Defensive Player of the Year. But it's going to be the inside stuff of the New York Liberty as far as how this team goes today. Rebecca Lobo and Kim Hampton coming off 2 big games where they've scored and rebounded for this Liberty team. On the other hand, Cynthia Cooper has to keep it going. She again scored 31 points, over 30 points for the 9th time this season, and she's got to do it all out there for the Houston Comets.
Cynthia Cooper, the league's MVP, and her burden will be even a little heavier today as the team's starting center, Wanda Guyton, their second leading rebounder, was injured in Thursday night's semifinal win over Charlotte. Let's go to Lisa Milosky for more.
Thanks, Hannah. Wanda Guyton has been in excruciating pain since Thursday night when she collided with her teammate Tina Thompson. She suffered a sprained neck and a mild concussion. She's been getting intensive therapy since then. She did a little running with the team this morning, but she got dizzy and was helped off the floor. I spoke with her a few minutes ago. She still has a little headache and has trouble looking up and sideways. She will suit up, but Coach Van Chancellor just told me Wanda will not play, which means Tammy Jackson will get her 4th start of the season and will be expected to play virtually the entire game. Now let's go back to New York and Dan Hicks.
Okay, thanks, Lisa. When we return, WNBA President Val Ackerman on the record crowds and future growth of the new league as we continue to count down to the championship game.
You know, the workers who carried on their backs the promise of a better world, who selflessly risked their lives for their jobs, who took pride in knowing their sweat and muscle helped build this country we call America. Well, we went back and took their pants. Reintroducing the original Lee Carpenter pant. Lee riveted dungarees, the new look of Lee.
Ever notice that a year goes by quicker these days? Which means the weeks go by quicker. And the days. The minutes.
Introducing the all-new supercharged Regal GS. No other sports sedan packs in this much fun, power, and standard safety features into your life so you can get everything done.
Hey, when life is fast,
life is good! The all-new Regal GS by Buick. Official car of the supercharged family.
Hey, what's our good buddy Don? He thinks he can meet that girl. And what's the bet?
Hey, Brick Boy, go dust yourself off.
yeah.
Hi, Cupcake. What do you say I buy you a Bud Light and you appreciate it?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Nicely done. Fun to watch.
Make it a Bud Light.
WNBA President Val Ackerman, part of an expected sellout crowd at the summit for the championship game. The tip, less than 16 minutes away. The WNBA was created less than a year ago. In its first season, more than 1 million fans have spun through league turnstiles, far exceeding even the wildest dreams of league president Val Ackerman. Yesterday, she spoke with Hannah Storm.
Over 1 million fans attended the games. The projected attendance was, what, 4,500 a game, so it averaged over double what you expected. Why was it so much better than expectations?
Ultimately, you know, the league success came down to great players and great fans. We had players who were committed, they were caring, they were great athletes on the basketball court. We had games which were intensely exciting, and we had fans who were ready. And in the end, it was that connection, the connection between the players and the fans that really made the season. So while we expected a certain type of fan in terms of the demographics, we really did underestimate just how many of them would come out.
Will you expand the league as soon as next season?
We are looking very closely at the prospect of expansion, and it's our hope that this fall, when our NBA Board of Governors meets in November, we're going to be in a position to recommend that for next season we expand by 2 teams.
The ABL is getting ready to start its second season. Can 2 leagues successfully coexist?
I don't see why not. We think it's terrific for women's basketball that there's more rather than fewer opportunities for the players, for the coaches, for the front office staff, and most of all for fans.
A merger is still out of the question?
At this point, I don't see that happening. We have a growth plan with the WNBA, and that's going to happen from within. We envisioning going to additional NBA cities, using the apparatus that we have with the NBA front offices in those cities to bring women's basketball to additional places in the United States. So at this point, I don't see a merger happening.
You are a mother of 2 young girls. What are your hopes for this league, and what sort of effect that it'll have on the lives of young girls and boys, and for the future of women's professional sports, team sports in this country?
I think the WNBA represents, among other things, burgeoning opportunities for women in many fields. I think it's very comforting to know that they're going to have opportunities that perhaps you didn't have, that perhaps I didn't have, that certainly my mother or my grandmother didn't have. And whether that's in sports or not, it really doesn't matter to me. The fact that they're going to be in a position to choose what they like to do and to do it in the best way that they can, I think is the most positive statement that can be made about what's happening now in women's professional sports.
The dreams of 20 WNBA players, pioneers, to be played out in just a few minutes in Houston. Rebecca Lobo told Red Auerbach once that she would play for the Celtics one day. Well, now she's getting ready to play in the inaugural WNBA championship game. But the Liberty will have to contain MVP Cynthia Cooper. We'll hear from the league's leading scorer right after this.
There is magic in a ball. Its very shape invites us to touch it. And yet, it doesn't care who touches it, dribbles it, passes it, or fights for it. Never has, never will. Sears is thrilled to play a part in bringing you every second of the first WNBA season ever. And to all the players who stood their ground in a changing world and yelled, "Give me the ball! Give me the ball!" Sears proudly answers, "Catch."
Where did the power flow come from?
The new Power Flow sports bottle. It's faster, so you can get back into the game where you belong. The new Power Flow from Powerade. Power the working muscles when you need it. I am not done.
Yeah, I bet Coop could ride that bull longer than you. Who? Cynthia Cooper. She plays guard on the Houston Comets, Houston's new WNBA team. Never heard of her. Well, if her bull handling's half as good as her ball handling, she could probably kick your behind. You want to bet? Okay. Coop. Yeah! How do you like that, Mr. Cowboy? She's even got a basketball in her hand.
Cheryl Swoops missed the first 2/3 of the season after giving birth to her son Jordan, but remarkably, she came back in time to help Houston in this playoff run. For the first 19 games of the season, Swoops watched from the sidelines as Cynthia Cooper set the standard in the WNBA. Earlier today, Lisa Miloski spoke with the league's leading scorer.
Thanks, Dan. I'm here with Cynthia Cooper, WNBA MVP. Cynthia, you have worked years to get to this point. You are the go-to player on a team playing for the first ever WNBA championship. What have you done to mentally prepare for this day?
Well, I've really taken my time this morning. I got up early. I got a good breakfast in my system. You know, it's really nothing that I can do differently today to prepare myself. I knew I was going to be, I know I'm a little nervous. The nerves are going to hopefully turn into positive energy later on during the game. I'm ready for this game. People worked all their life to get to this point, and I'm not going to take it lightly.
Thanks for joining us. Let's go to Beth Ruyak, who'll be joining us on the sidelines for this historic WNBA championship game. Beth?
Thanks, Lisa. I'm with the Liberty's Rebecca Lobo. You're here at the championship, but with a memory of what you're calling an embarrassment from 2 weeks ago. You keep telling us you're a changed team. What's changed?
I think the biggest thing that's changed is our confidence. Our team has really banded together the past 2 weeks, and we've come together, and we really have a goal to win this championship, and I think we have confidence in one another, and we're just going to go out and play as hard as we can and try to win this championship.
Okay. Thanks, Rebecca. Tip-off here at the Summit in just a few minutes. Back now to Dan Hicks in New York.
Indeed it is, Beth. Thank you for that report. And we are closing in on the first ever WNBA championship game, the Liberty and the Comets. From the Summit in Houston, the starting lineups coming your way next.
Now, the little brother that
It's built to last.
No place is where the wicked bow. There's a fear chases my blues away.
Garth Brooks.
Country music, it speaks to me.
Built to last. NBC Wednesdays this fall.
Welcome to Virtual Lexus.
At the Lexus Award-winning sales event, your Lexus dealer is celebrating our latest J.D. Power and Associates Awards with values on every new Lexus in stock.
Please choose a model. Please select your financing.
With Lexus corporate support, whether you buy or lease, you'll find the best values of the year.
Goodbye.
Interact with your Chicago area Lexus dealer by September 2nd.
Well, it's a big deal we're talking about here. Yeah, big deal. A big deal. Well, I only make big deals. Big deals, honey. I'm a big man. Honey, I do nothing that's small. Uh-oh. Better get Mako.
Car repairs aren't a big deal when you come to Mako. Free body estimates and Ambassador paint service for $189.95 are the big reason to say, uh-oh, better get Mako.
You're leaking!
Hey, Annie. Hi. Love the hat. I need it. My hair's a disaster. Look at my dandruff. That's easy to take care of with the right shampoo. Here.
With regular shampoo, flakes can keep coming back, but Head & Shoulders helps eliminate dandruff and helps stop flakes before they even start. You may never see flakes again. And your hair?
My hair looks great. Thanks. Don't forget your hat. Who needs it?
Head & Shoulders changes dandruff problems into beautiful hair.
You're watching the News Channel.
The News Channel, News Channel 5.
This is the WNBA on NBC, the WNBA Championship. Today, it's the New York Liberty versus the Houston Comets.
A sellout crowd in Houston, Texas. Hannah Storm, Ann Myers, Lisa Milosky, and Beth Ruiak here for the inaugural WNBA Championship game. For player introductions, let's go to PA announcer Maria Todd.
Welcome to the summit for today's WNBA Championship game, featuring the New York Liberty and your Houston Comets. Now let's meet the teams. First, the reserves for the New York Liberty. Number 5, Keisha Ford. Number 10, Rhonda Blades. Number 22, Cassandra Crumpton-Moorer. Number 23, Sue Witt. Number 33, Trina Trice. And now the Liberty starters. At forward, number 55, Vicki Johnson. At forward, number 50, Rebecca Lobo. At center, number 34, Kim Hampton. At guard, number 11, Teresa Weatherspoon. And at guard, number 13, Sophia Witherspoon. The Liberty head coach is Nancy Darsh. Comets fans, stand up. Now let's turn it up for your Houston Comets.
Liberty looking to make history today as the first ever WNBA champions.
So how's your headache?
Well, it's gone. That was fast.
So the Tylenol I gave you worked, even on your really tough headache.
Tylenol worked great, even on my tough headache.
So you were wrong.
I was wrong.
More than aspirin, more than ibuprofen. For headaches, doctors recommend extra-strength Tylenol the most.
I like a guy who can admit he's wrong.
I'm wrong a lot.
It's been a long haul. Back on the road, find Jennifer Azzi. Hopefully, this truck's gonna make it. Jennifer, I got the new cross-trainer.
No way.
It's the DMX RXT from Reebok. These 10 separate pods, and the air is moving back and forth between them. You know, they really look pretty cool, I think. So I'll catch up with you in the next lap. Horse, let's go.
You'll bet the shoes, all right? Now, if I get beat by a guy that makes shoes.
They're good for driving the truck, I found. People keep asking when I'm gonna stop. There's a lot of feet out there.
Hey, what's our good buddy Don? He thinks he can meet that girl.
And what's the bet?
Hey, Brick Boy, go dust yourself off. Hi, Cupcake. What do you say I buy you a Bud Light and you appreciate it?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Nicely done. Fun to watch.
Make it a Bud Light.
No matter where they play, at home or away, the NBA plays in champion jerseys. And no matter where you play, at home or away, you can make your next reverse dunk in the new Champion NBA reversible jersey. Any way you look at it, the new NBA reversible jersey exclusively from Champion, available at Champ Sports.
Houston and New York, the top two teams in the inaugural season of the WNBA, battling it out for the first ever WNBA championship. The officials today, Violet Palmer, Sally Bell, and June Courteau. And jumping at Tammy Jackson and Kim Hampton of the Liberty. And Houston controls. Kim Parrott, the point guard. And it's knocked away by Teresa Weatherspoon, but Houston ball.
Both these teams are excellent defensive teams. They're number 2 and 3 in the WNBA, so look for a low-scoring game.
New York led the regular season series 3-1, taking the first 3 from Houston. They were the Comets' nemesis in the first half of the season, but the Comets came back and blew out the Liberty in Madison Square Garden on August 17th. Tammy Jackson to Parrott. Shot clock down to 5. They got to get it off. And Janet O'Kane with the basket for Houston.
And it's like she won the game. Great defense, though, but a super shot by Arcane. I love that crowd.
And a foul is called on Cynthia Cooper, the MVP of the WNBA. Houston is playing with just 9 players. Their starting center, Wanda Guyton, suffering a neck sprain and concussion in Thursday night semifinal win over Charlotte. And a scramble, and they'll jump it. Tina Thompson and Rebecca Lobo.
Nancy Darsh told us yesterday that they have to take care of the basketball because of the defense that the Houston Comets put on you, and they pressure the backcourt.
And both coaches telling us that rebounding is key. Guyton is the second leading rebounder on her team. Tammy Jackson starting at center and expected to play virtually the entire game for the Comets, as Guyton was not even able to come out for player introductions prior to the game.
She only played 10 minutes in the last time that these two teams met. Cheryl Swoops had come back, and Tammy Jackson had played 31 minutes, and they won by 15 against the Liberty.
New York controls the tip, and Lobo on the miss. Here's Jackson with the rebound, and Parrott brings it up for the Comets. Weatherspoon with the steal. And the defensive player of the year takes it in for the New York basket.
Right away, Teresa Weatherspoon looking to take advantage of Kim Parrott and her ball handling. Usually Weatherspoon will wait towards the second half.
As the New York team, which struggled in the second half of the season, going 3-7 in August, the Comets were the dominant team in the league in the second half. And Lobo rebounds the arcane miss. Vicki Johnson to Weatherspoon. Lobo down low to Hampton. Weatherspoon for three. Rebound Jackson. Another defensive rebound for Jackson.
That's the kind of shots that the Comets would like to see more of from Teresa Weatherspoon, who's not a wonderful outside shooter.
Cooper on the drive. And you can hear the chants of Coop from the crowd. She has a Jordan-esque ability to take over a basketball game. And they will depend on her heavily today. Hampton on the miss.
New York wants to go inside. Kim Hampton has to stay down on the block for her shots.
Weatherspoon driving, dishes off to Hampton, but it's out on New York. Houston ball.
What Teresa Weatherspoon has to do when she drives, she has to look for her shot, not the dish off, because the defense is sagging off. They know she's going to pass.
Weatherspoon, despite the win over Phoenix, had 7 turnovers in the semifinal game on Thursday night.
And the first time these two teams met, both teams had 28 turnovers. They've calmed down a little bit this season.
New York has won both meetings here in the Summit. The first was the first ever overtime game in the WNBA. Perrott for three. And Kim Perrott, not known as a scorer, but can have a big game.
The Comets players talked about stepping up for Wanda Guyton being out of this game. X factors are going to play an important part. Somebody like Kim Perrott and a Cheryl Swoops coming off the bench.
Weatherspoon for three. Here come the Comets. Thompson can't handle it from Perrott. It's Houston's ball. And timeout New York as they're on their feet at the Summit. Thursday night in Phoenix, the New York Liberty dominated the paint to advance to the championship game. Rebecca Lobo and Kim Hampton combining for 30 points and 23 rebounds. Lobo finished with 3 blocked shots. Hampton hauled down 14 rebounds. All in all, the pair helped New York outscore Phoenix by 16 points in the paint for the victory, 59-41, as they did a tremendous job holding Phoenix to just 22% shooting. This one of the best defensive teams, if not the best in the league.
Well, just under 19% in the first half, and then the Houston Comets over the Charlotte Sting. When Wanda Guyton went out, they really turned things out. You see the offensive rebounding there. As a matter of fact, the Comets out-rebounded the Charlotte Sting 42-22 in that game.
After Wanda Guyton went down, Houston rallied and outscored the Sting 22-6 down the stretch to win their semifinal meeting Thursday night. But they will have to pick up the slack in Guyton's absence. And Arcane with the offensive board. Thompson saves it, but Weatherspoon picks it off. And she's fouled. Perrott picking up the foul. It's her first.
You really have to appreciate the way the guards are going at each other. The point guards, Teresa Weatherspoon and Kim Perrott. Everything is an aggressive, intense, all go out for the ball. And you see Perrott does not give up anything going against Weatherspoon, trying to get the block.
And that characteristic of the way that both teams have played this season. New York, the worst free throw shooting team in the league. And Weatherspoon misses her first. A look at how instrumental she has been to her team and the league leader in assists and steals. But she misses both of her free throws. Although New York has improved lately, shooting 80% from the line over their last 3 games. A couple of early misses by Weatherspoon. Tina Thompson. Jackson with the rebound. Puts it up against Lobo and gets the foul. Lobo picks up her first personal. Well, how's Houston faring inside without Guyton, Annie?
Comets got a big advantage right there because there was a mismatch with Teresa Weatherspoon trying to block Tammy Jackson off the boards, and she just could not do it size-wise. Tammy Jackson is a strong player. She's a veteran player, played 11 years overseas, and she knows how to play against Kim Hampton.
She played against Tim Hampton several times in Italy, and Tammy Jackson also won 3 championships in the Japan League. She has played in big games out of the University of Florida in '85. And she will play virtually the entire game today. Yolanda Moore is available. They do not plan on playing her much. Houston leads at 8-2. 4 minutes gone by in the championship game. Sophia Witherspoon connects for 3. The leading scorer for the Liberty.
And Nancy Darge talked about her team getting the ball inside, and Van Chancellor knew that the Liberty was going to get the ball inside, but their team is just as good getting it inside.
Cooper driving with the scoop shot and the foul. And on the other end, it's Sophia Witherspoon for the Liberty. They trail the Comets by 5.
Some families get more done in a day than others do in a week. They're the first to do anything, including to say,
"Hey, how's it going?"
Now there's a car that does as much as your supercharged family. Introducing the all-new supercharged Regal GS. No other sports sedan squeezes in this much supercharged
Fun.
Power and standard safety features into your daily routine. Regal GS by Buick.
Hey, life's a blur.
The all-new Regal GS, the official car of the supercharged family.
Imagine a dishwasher with a self-cleaning filter that makes hand rinsing your dishes obsolete. Imagine, too, if that same dishwasher held more knives and forks and adjusted to handle whatever you needed to clean. And if it could do all of this quietly, it would be this dishwasher, Kenmore, proven to clean better than any other. Shouldn't you consider the brand that's already at work in over 1 out of 2 homes in America? Kenmore. Come see the innovative side of Sears.
Where did the power flow come from?
The new Power Flow sports bottle. It's faster, so you can get back into the game where you belong. The new Power Flow from Powerade. Power the working muscles when you need it. I am not done.
The team that wins the first WNBA championship is going to make history.
To come back and play in America and win a championship, you can actually tell yourself it was worth the wait.
This championship is going to be a championship for everyone supporting women's basketball in the WNBA.
I think for little girls, it's going to hopefully be inspiring.
August 30th is definitely going to be a day to be remembered.
The WNBA on NBC is brought to you by the all-new Regal GS, official car of the WNBA. By Sears, proud to play a part in bringing you the WNBA in its inaugural season. And by Powerade, you are not done.
The Houston Comets off to a quick start in the inaugural WNBA championship game despite the absence of their starting center. Here's Lisa Milosky.
I just spoke with Comets team Dr. Bruce Mosley. Wanda Guyton is watching the game in a darkened training room. She is sick to her stomach, very dizzy and nauseous. It is very unlikely she'll be able to come out to the bench at any point this afternoon. Hannah, Ann.
Thank you, Lisa. Well, it's not making a difference now. Cynthia Cooper with the free throw off the foul by Kim Hampton put the Comets up 11-5 over the New York Liberty.
And as a team, you just have to step up and be ready to play no matter who's out of your lineup.
Houston is out rebounding New York 6-3, so they're getting the job done on the boards. New York working it around, and Vicki Johnson in and out.
And the Comets defense forcing New York to take outside shots, not enabling them to get the ball inside to Lobo and Hampton.
Tina Thompson, but out on Johnson. It's Houston's ball.
Where on the other hand, the Comets, their dribble penetration has really affected the defense of Liberty. They can't keep them out right now.
Herod on the drive, kicks it back out. Thompson skies to receive the pass. can't get the basket, no foul, and Lobo with the rebound.
In the 4 meetings, the teams that got to the free throw line the most won those games. And right now, New York looks a little tentative getting the ball inside.
And Sophia Witherspoon is called for the offensive foul. Turnover for the Liberty, and Nancy Darsh looks a little frustrated.
They're not really executing their half-court game, and that's been one of the problems during that downslide where they lost so many games, but they do. They have a lot more confidence in the last 4 games. They've played well.
Cynthia Cooper guarded by Vicki Johnson, drawing the tough defensive assignment, and Cooper double-teamed off to Jackson. Jackson in the lane. Rebound, Hampton. Witherspoon to Lobo. And Lobo with the left hand.
And a great pass by Teresa Witherspoon.
Lobo's first points of the game.
And the first break, fast break, that the Liberty have had.
Herod driving off to Arcade. Doesn't get the basket, and Hampton with another defensive board. Witherspoon on the drive and into the hands of Arcade.
Cooper, great hands, knocking the ball free. When Kim Hampton can get those defensive rebounds, the Liberty can get out on their fast break. But the Comets doing a good job getting back defensively.
Cooper to Thompson for 3. And Tina Thompson out of USC. First team All-WNBA, the three-pointer. For the Houston Comets, they're up 14-7.
Here's a pick and roll that the Comets run so well. It's almost like Malone and Stockton, and Thompson is able to step back and hit those threes.
And the Comets get it back. Herod, guarded by Witherspoon, nowhere to go. Kick ball. And the foul is called on Witherspoon. It's her first.
Witherspoon working hard to cut off the baseline. They're calling a trip. Kim Perrott going down on the floor.
Cooper to Arcade. Arcade against Witherspoon. Off the mark. Thompson with the rebound. And gets the foul. Foul is on Vicki Johnson.
Houston hitting the offensive glass. Again, the New York Liberty having trouble blocking out when Houston has been aggressive, and that's what Nancy Darsh is throwing her elbows out for. So, come on, guys, you got to block out.
Tina Thompson at the line was the #1 overall draft pick in the WNBA. Started the season with a broken nose, and by her own admission was timid and not as aggressive as she could have been, but has come on to be a force in the second half of the season. And she had 12 rebounds in the victory against New York.
And you see how big that is, not only 12 rebounds, but 16 points, and she is a big-time scorer for this Houston Comet team.
Also had 12 rebounds in the semifinal win against the Sting, and with the free throw, Tina Thompson has 4 points this afternoon. The Comets lead it 15-7. With a little under 12 and a half left to play in the first half of the inaugural championship game. Vicki Johnson on the drive to Witherspoon. Gets inside for the basket.
Teresa Witherspoon.
Liberty is a good road team in a 7-0 stretch to start the season, and won 5 of those games on the road. It's New York's ball. Houston's 3rd turnover.
They really felt that a lot of pressure was lifted off their back, because even though they lost home court advantage, they were in second place, and they felt the pressure was put back on Houston.
New York has expected to be in this championship game all along. They just thought it would be played in Madison Square Garden. New York retains possession, and Witherspoon inside. Johnson driving in the lane. And the scramble for the rebound.
Liberty get a break. In this half-court game that the Liberty set, they don't set a lot of screens. It's just like a lot of running by, and that's why sometimes they're not in position to get rebounds, but they got two right there.
From Hampton and Lobo gets the foul. It's the Comets leading the Liberty by 6. You're watching the WNBA on NBC.
I was able to stop eating them for a long time. Hardest 20 minutes I ever spent.
Courageous adults wrestle with their constant obsession with Kellogg's Frosted Flakes.
My mama said I need to put away childish things. So today I put away a whole box.
One bite of that sweet crunch will prove that nothing can't be overcome with a spoon.
They put me in charge of the company breakfast this year.
Come on, give in. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
America has always had a love affair with cars. And since 1922, we've been there whenever you've needed us. That's why we're America's favorite auto insurer.
And as we celebrate our 75th year, we, the agents
and employees of State Farm,
would just like to say thanks for being there, too.
Welcome to sunny California. Man, if it wasn't raining, I'll be busting y'all up right now. Little crossover right to left. You know, I hit you with the first step. I'll blow right by you.
Sometimes we just try to make you look good.
Stop like that. Oh, I think the sun coming out, too. Yo, it's time for the experts to teach you how to dunk.
Excuse me?
These experts.
The great deal on McDonald's Chicken McNuggets is back.
Dunk it with authority.
Grab 6 while they're just 99 cents.
I'm not gonna take it easy on you, okay?
9 McNuggets for only $1.59.
Go on, girlfriend.
Score 20 for just $2.99.
You're the man, ma'am.
Chicken McNuggets are in a league of their own.
At my McDonald's.
Sunday, the NFL season gets underway with a blockbuster doubleheader. First, Drew Bledsoe and the AFC champion Patriots host the Chargers. Then John Elway and the Broncos renew one of their fiercest rivalries when they face Elvis Gerbach and the Chiefs, or regional action. The NFL on NBC, Sunday at noon Eastern.
A look at one of these signature players promoted as one of the stars in the league at the start of the season, Rebecca Lobo, and she's responded, leading her team in rebounds and blocks. Second leading scorer, and a look at her championship performance thus far, Ann.
Well, she's had a steady year, I think, all season long. I think so many people expect so much out of her, but she has had confidence in herself and in her game. She rebounds, she blocks shots, she passes the ball. She's been taking better shot selections. Matter of fact, the last 2 games, she's averaged almost 19 points and 54% from the floor.
Lobo has talked with her teammates, starting center Ken Hampton, about stepping up their play recently after the New York slump, opening things up for their shooters, and they've done so.
Well, and that's why in the last 2 games, they have been the big players inside that have come through for them, not only points-wise, but the rebounds.
Lobo makes her second free throw. The Liberty are within 5. It's Houston leading 15-10. Just over 11 minutes left to play in the first half. Tina Thompson for 2. Thompson with the long jumper has 6 points.
What makes that pick and roll so deadly is the fact that Thompson can hit that outside shot. You're so concerned about Cynthia Cooper and switching off on her and dropping back that Thompson's left wide open.
Arcane gets it away from Sophia Witherspoon. And Witherspoon picks up her second foul.
Here you see Vicki Johnson trying to go over the top, and then Rebecca Lobo trying to help out. She got caught in the paint and left Tina Thompson wide open.
And checking into the game for Houston, Cheryl Swoops. Winner of a national championship at Texas Tech. Olympic gold medalist, gave birth to a baby boy a little over 9 weeks ago, and suited up for the final 9 regular season games for the Comets. Cynthia Cooper for 3.
And that's what the Liberty have to hope for, Hannah, is that a player is going to be off on the outside shot, like Cynthia Cooper missing that. It was a good shot selection. She was wide open. Tammy Jackson just going over the back of Kim Hampton.
So Jackson picks up her second personal, as she will have to stay out of foul trouble. They are very thin on the bench with the absence of Wanda Guyton in terms of people who can play center.
But Houston's the type of team that can rebound with a lot of heart and positioning.
Hampton, guarded by Jackson. And Keisha Ford chases it down. She's checked into the game for New York.
Kim Hampton is a left-handed player, and Tammy Jackson is forcing her to turn right, which is not a shot that she really likes to do.
Hampton again, off to Witherspoon, who throws it away.
Great pass by Kim Hampton. Spoon's got to go in there and get the foul. If you get the shot blocked, that's fine. Give your team an opportunity to get the ball, but you might get the shot off and a chance to make it if you put it up.
6 turnovers for the Liberty, and the second time that Witherspoon has turned it over. Swoops. Cooper. And Cooper with the long jump shot. The league's leading scorer at over 22 points a game. She has 7.
As she told us yesterday, she said, I've seen it all defensively. Box and ones, double teams, triple teams, and she still puts it down.
And we'll have a jump ball. Another look at Cynthia Cooper, the league's most valuable player. She does it all for the Comets. Coop playing in her adoptive hometown of Houston. Jumping here with Kim Hampton, and the Liberty controls. Keisha Ford throws it up. And Thompson's right there. New York has missed its last 6 shots. They trail it 19-10. Swoops. Misses the running shot, and Lobo with the rebound.
Lobo and Hampton both with 4 rebounds. They may be getting the rebounds, but they have to convert offensively.
Vicki Johnson putting the moves on Cooper. So Johnson with her first basket of the game. 2-time All-America out of Louisiana Tech. Houston had the best record in the league, 18-10, atop the Eastern Conference. New York finished just 1 game back. Herod and Lobo with another rebound. Her 5th, so Lobo doing a terrific job on the boards. 8 minutes left to play in the half. Here's Johnson again. So Vicki Johnson with 2 quick baskets for the Liberty.
And since Keisha Ford is coming into the game, she and Vicki Johnson have switched off defensively with Swoops and Cooper, but with Johnson guarding Cooper, sometimes it takes a little bit away from your offensive end because you work so hard on defense, but she's been able to knock the last 2 shots down for the Liberty.
And the trap on Swoops. Here's Perron. The baseline jump shot. Her 3-point attempt off, and it's Liberty ball. The Comets lead the Liberty by 5 in the inaugural championship game.
Sears salutes the end of summer at the big weekend sale. All home electronics and appliances are on sale. Plus, get free delivery on all appliances through September 3rd only at Sears. The big weekend sale. Summer's not over till you save big.
Just between us, what does OB know about applicators?
Everything. Twice as many women say OB's applicator is more comfortable to insert than Tampax. OB's applicator is so silky smooth outside, and inside is protection a woman gynecologist designed. It fits all around to help you feel free from leakage.
A woman knows what a woman needs.
OB's applicator lives up to its tampon. OB, with an applicator or without. Your choice. OB, worry-free.
Hey,
Signorina, che fai? Non toccare con i soldi, sai?
Dove la polizia? Prendila!
State zitta! E signorina, avete andare! Non toccare con i soldi! Hey, lady, get out of the farm! Marca gol!
I always knew it was a woman's prerogative to change her mind. Fortunately, she was dressed for the occasion.
Lee Riveted Flares, the new look of Lee.
Sears salutes the end of summer at the big weekend sale. Take an extra 50% off all clearance summer apparel. Men's, women's, kids. Through Labor Day Monday only at Sears. The big weekend sale. Summer's not over till you save big.
Cynthia Cooper of the Houston Comets was the 1997 WNBA MVP. She is the leading scorer in this game and won the award presented by Buick. She is ranked in the top 10 in the league in 7 different categories. And WNBA President Val Ackerman giving the award just before their semifinal victory over the Charlotte Sting on Thursday night. She has been called the Michael Jordan of the WNBA, and first in scoring, third in three-point and free throw percentage, fifth in assists and minutes, sixth in steals and field goal percentage. She does it all for the Comets and is here playing at home in her adoptive hometown. To look at her mother, Mary Cobbs, and the well-documented story of her mother suffering from breast cancer. And has meant quite a bit for Cooper to be able to be here with her mother and play in this country. And her mom said, hey, Cynthia, I never knew you could score like this. I never knew you were this kind of player.
And she goes, Mom, I've been gone for 10 years. I did improve on my game, you know.
Cynthia Cooper was a role player in her championship teams in the Olympics and at USC, and has taken center stage here with Houston. Says it has meant a lot for her to show people in this country what kind of player she can be. New York on the miss, and the rebound, Tammy Jackson.
Neither team shooting the ball particularly well. New York 33%, Houston 39%, and that is attributed to the defense.
And Tammy Jackson doing a nice job stepping into the starting lineup for Wanda Guyton. She has 5 rebounds. Cooper guarded by Weatherspoon. And Weatherspoon gets the foul. That's their second personal.
Good patience by Cynthia Cooper, Teresa Weatherspoon, and Cooper have played against each other overseas. They played on the '88 Olympic team together. But Weatherspoon's very intense, very intense. You see the reach from behind, and Cooper just never panicked. She stayed very calm, and one of the reasons that New York felt that they got beat by Houston was that Teresa Weatherspoon got into foul trouble guarding Cynthia Cooper in their last rematch and was on the bench quite a bit. Rhonda Blades had to play quite a bit of that game.
And Rhonda Blades has checked into this game for the Liberty. Arcane with the runner, and Hampton with the rebound. As Kim Hampton continues as well to do the job on the board. 6 rebounds for Hampton.
I still think New York has to try and get inside to Lobo and Hampton.
Here's Keisha Ford. And Johnson with the rebound and the putback. Vicki Johnson has 6 points for the Liberty. They pulled within 3. And Houston has called a timeout.
20-second timeout, Comets.
Among Cynthia Cooper's many basketball talents, which we just documented for you, there is another talent.
We got next as we flex on the hardwood decks. It's not the size of our checks, it's not the gender or sex, it doesn't matter. I serve you like a fish upon a platter. Male, female, tall, thin, or even the fat ones. Hanging on the rim like a Shaquille shatter. Rat-a-tat-tat-tat, I'm the b-ball master. I'll break you off with 25 in the first quarter. This is a slaughter, they call me law and order. All I gotta say is, girl, you better pray, can you feel me? But better yet, can you deal with C? I'm the worst nightmare that you will ever see. So if you are afraid of Freddie, you better not go to sleep, because the WNBA is on the screen.
Cynthia Cooper with the wrap. She can do it all. She has played 11 seasons overseas and a season professionally here, and has been her league scoring leader in 9 of 12 professional seasons. Once scored 67 points in a game in Italy, and is no longer a role player. She is clearly a star in this league.
And the Comets are 10-0 when she has scored 21 points or more.
She has scored 30 or more points 9 times this season. The only other player to score 30 points, Ruthie Bolton-Holyfield of Sacramento. And here's Cooper. Cynthia Cooper with 9 of her team's 21 points.
Just a real nice drive by Cynthia Cooper. And Rhonda Blades trying to take a charge. You better make yourself a little bit wider to take a charge. She stands straight up. Instead of making herself wide, you see Blades doesn't even get a piece of Cooper. Coop just blades right by her.
And Ford with a long inbounds to Kim Hampton for the basket, as Hampton scores her first basket of the game. Thompson driving. What a shot by Tina Thompson. A little over 5 minutes left to play in the half. The Comets on top by 5. They have led this game throughout. Hampton on the miss, and Jackson with the rebound.
Tammy Jackson is just holding her ground and pushing Kim Hampton away from the basket when she takes her shot.
Cooper driving. Dishes off to Perrott for 3. Air ball. But what a great move by Thompson. The save and the turnover. Here comes New York. And Thompson is called for the foul. It's her first.
Just kind of really a silly foul. She's not happy about it, but you just don't go back and reach like that.
Checking into the game for the Liberty, Trina Trice and Sophia Witherspoon. Also Rebecca Lobo back. So for the Liberty, it's Johnson, Blades, Lobo, Trice, and Witherspoon.
And Trina Trice has been instant offense for New York as of late.
Houston has not used its bench much. Cheryl Swoops playing for a short time, but Houston starters are in the game. Trina Trice comes right off the bench to score. And we saw her have a big game against Cleveland last week,
where she had 17 points.
She can be a force off the bench. Arcane driving the lane. And it's the Liberty's ball. Arcane called for the offensive foul. The Liberty lead it by 3.
Win the grand prize, the Powerades Under the Cap promotion, and they'll build you your very own sports facility where you can end up spending your days, nights, months, years, your whole life constantly training. Pretty cool, huh? Other prizes include Powerade branded athletic gear, discounts at Champ Sports, and free Powerade. Odds of scoring are 1 in 4, so check Under the Cap. Powerade, I am not done.
I am woman, hear me roar, numbers too big to ignore. Oh, yeah, I'm wise, but it's wisdom born of pain. I paid the price, but look how much I've gained. If I want to, I can do anything. I am strong, I am invincible. I am woman. I am strong, I am invincible. I am woman.
Looks like a bad B movie, for crying out loud. So I said to the guy, maybe I ought to direct the scene, you know what I mean? But he wanted to do it himself, and the whole thing went to dump.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Well, I had a pizza last night.
Make it a Bud Light.
Pepperoni! Like I care.
Ever notice that a year goes by quicker these days? Which means the weeks go by quicker. And the days. The minutes.
Introducing the all-new supercharged Regal GS. No other sports sedan packs in this much fun, power, and standard safety features into your life so you can get everything done.
Hey, when life is fast.
Life is good!
The all-new Regal GS by Buick. Official car of the supercharged family.
Hi, I'm Dan Hicks in our New York studio. Coming up in the Lee Jeans halftime report, we'll have a special look back on the historic WNBA season as this league literally raised the roof for women's team sports in America. But right now, the Houston Comets lead the New York Liberty 23-20 as we send you back to Houston and rejoin Hannah Storm, Ann Myers, Lisa Molaski, and Beth Ruiz.
Thanks, Dan. And while this is the inaugural season for the WNBA, it is the 25th anniversary of Title IX, and former Indiana Senator Birch Bayh honored just before the game. He led a group of lawmakers that implemented Title IX 25 years ago, the groundbreaking legislation. And a look at Birch Bayh in the stands, and just behind him, Val Ackerman, the president of the WNBA, who has taken it one step further as Title IX has allowed women more scholarship opportunities at the collegiate level, and now the WNBA allowing them opportunities at the professional level. A tightly contested championship game here at the Summit, and Vicki Johnson tries to get inside, hangs on to it for the Liberty. They trail by 3. Lobo to Trina Trice, guarded by Jackson, and Trice gets the basket. Trina Trice with 4 points off the bench for New York.
Good look by Rebecca Lobo, and the Liberty going to have to do more of that to get Trina Trice involved in the offense.
Tina Thompson, nowhere to go. Thompson drives past Lobo.
Trina Trice with the big block on Tina Thompson, and the bench for the Liberty like it. It's hard to guard the Comets right now because they've been shooting the ball so well, but when they penetrate to the basket, what the Liberty has been doing with the smaller players is taking the charge. That time, Trina Trice going up for the block.
Cynthia Cooper has played the entire game, and the foul.
Just a smart move by Cynthia Cooper, just drawing the defense right into her. Rebecca Lobo has no chance, but Cooper just leans into her and creates a contact.
It's Lobo's second personal of the game.
Cynthia Cooper at the line, shooting 2.
Cynthia Cooper has 9 points. Sinks her first free throw, and it's team 9-0 when she scores over 30. She had 31 in the semifinal meeting against the Charlotte Sting. She's the 3rd best free throw shooter in the WNBA. And sinks them both to give the Comets a 3-point lead with 3 minutes left to play in the first half. In this battle between the league's top 2 teams for the WNBA championship. And it's Houston's basketball.
Trina Trice getting called for the offensive foul, setting a pick, but point-wise, you see that 22 points in the first half for the Liberty. There's still 2:49 left. They averaged 24 points in the first half all season long, but they are a second-half team where they come out and score 38 points.
Cooper to Parrott for 3. Kim Parrott with her second 3-pointer of the game.
Houston is the number 2 3-point shooting team in the league, but they take the most shots from 3-point range.
Witherspoon driving. Over to Johnson. And Vicki Johnson connects. Johnson has 8 points. She has kept the Liberty offensively in this game. She has 1/3 of their points, perhaps their least heralded starter, but she can be a quiet force.
And so far, she's been their X factor.
Parrott for 3 again. Rebound, Hampton.
Van Chancellor told us yesterday, he said, Cooper's got to play great, but somebody else has to play consistent for us too. And Rhonda Blaze just making a bad pass. You don't have it, just slow things down and set up in the half-court game. But Kim Parrott with a nice 3-pointer wide open off the double team by the Liberty.
The Liberty has 8 turnovers in this game. They trail it by 4. Houston has led throughout. Perrott in the lane. Rebound, Hampton. That's her 8th rebound. Kim Hampton has had a tremendous game on the boards, and Weatherspoon has checked back into the game for New York. As they work it around, here's Johnson. Arcane with the rebound. Ahead to Cooper. Drives the baseline out to Perrott. Tina Thompson for 3. Scramble for the rebound and a loose ball foul.
Yolanda Mora going over the back. You really have to appreciate the Comets coming down on that break, Hannah. They just spread the floor. Cooper's penetrating to the basket. It's wide open for her because all the other Comet players have stepped out behind three-point range, and she has her anywhere to go to pass the ball.
Less than 1 minute left to play.
Yolanda Mora, a reserve out of University of Mississippi, played for Van Chancellor there. We'll see a little bit of playing time to spell Tammy Jackson. Less than a minute to play in the first half. Houston has led at the halftime of every meeting. Witherspoon on the miss and Arcane with the rebound. Eight-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock.
You try and keep the ball out of Cynthia Cooper's hands, but she does such a good job using picks and using her body to get herself open.
Cooper to Perrott. It's Houston's ball. 7 seconds left on the clock, 15 seconds left to play in the half, and a timeout called by Houston.
Timeout, Houston.
The Comets lead it by 4 in the first ever championship game.
So I got off the elevator and said, what is this, the 7th inning stretch? Uh-oh. American Express.
Lovely.
Let's do the whole country. I'm a little light on the lingo.
Getting a full gander down the front with me.
All right.
We've got Cornish pasties, bangers and mash, rub and sweet, and lovely toenail.
That was a wicked googly. So I took the butchers up the apples and pears and said, what is this, the tea interval? All over the world, you can do more with the American Express card.
Yeah, I bet Coop could ride that bull longer than you. Who? Cynthia Cooper. She plays guard on the Houston Comets, Houston's new WNBA team.
Never heard of her.
Well, if her bull handling's half as good as her ball handling, she could probably kick your behind.
You want to bet?
Okay.
Coop. Yeah! How do you like that, Mr. Cowboy? She's even got a basketball in her hand.
Welcome to Union Square. Your server is Albie.
Okay, I checked with the kitchen. The lentil soup is made with chicken stock. The mushroom barley is totally vegetarian. Split pea has cream in it, and the minestrone we're out of. Okay, you are not the ones who asked me about the soups, are you?
From the creators of Caroline in the City, Union Square, coming to NBC Thursdays after Friends.
Houston leads it by 4 at home in the Summit in the inaugural championship game. There is basketball history here. The Rockets winning back-to-back NBA championships, and their first title in 1984 came at the expense of New York. A Game 7 victory here in the Summit in '94. And a look at the championship banners as Houston has the home court advantage for this winner-takes-all battle.
And if you look at the 4 games that these teams matched up, really there was not much difference in the stats as there is not much difference right now in this first half in the statistics.
Cooper, double-teamed, Perrott. And New York will have a chance at the last shot at the half. Here comes Weatherspoon. Weatherspoon. And the Comets go into the locker room with a 4-point lead. Cynthia Cooper leading the way with 11 points on 4 of 6 shooting and 3 assists. the league's MVP, looking to bring the first ever WNBA championship to her hometown. Next, the Lee Jeans halftime report with Dan Hicks.
It's the new meaning of liberty in New York, lighting up the Houston sky.
Forget what you think about basketball.
Rocking the city of Cleveland, it's Utah's shooting stars.
It's not basketball and it's not a fairy tale.
As the mercury rises in Phoenix, sparks are flying in LA.
It's pro women's basketball.
It's royalty in Sacramento, and the thing that stings in Charlotte.
To get there, start here.
Spalding, the official ball of the WNBA.
Welcome to the ball, Cinderella.
My name is Jenny, and I'm Jen's best friend, Maggie.
And I'll be playing Jen's dead father. I lose my life, but keep my tan. We must see Jenny, and Maggie Jen, we love her madly.
Right after men behaving badly, watch me, I'm Jenny after men. NBC.
Sunday nights.
Welcome to Virtual Lexus.
At the Lexus Award-winning sales event, your Lexus dealer is celebrating our latest J.D. Power and Associates Awards with values on every new Lexus in stock.
Please choose a model. Please select your financing.
With Lexus corporate support, whether you buy or lease, you'll find the best values of the year.
Goodbye.
Interact with your Lexus dealer by September 2nd.
If you have genital herpes, Valtrex twice a day for 5 days treats outbreaks of genital herpes. Call 1-800-860-6936 for a coupon for a free trial offer and to get the product information about Valtrex, which includes important safety information. Valtrex is intended to treat genital herpes in adults with normal immune systems. If your immune system is not normal because of advanced HIV disease, bone marrow, or kidney transplant, make sure your doctor knows this to avoid a potentially serious complication. In studies with Valtrex, the most commonly reported adverse event was headache. It is not known whether Valtrex can prevent the transmission of herpes infection to others. Valtrex is not a cure for genital herpes. See the current issue of Time magazine for product information about Valtrex. Don't wait. Now is the time to ask your doctor if Valtrex is right for you.
You're watching the News Channel, where you'll find News Channel 5 at 6.
This is the Lee Jeans Halftime Report. Here's your host, Dan Hicks.
Halftime of the WNBA championship game, where the Houston Comets have led the New York Liberty by as many as 9. Right now, the lead is only 4, 28-24 for the Comets. Cynthia Cooper leads her team, Houston, with 11 points. She's the league's MVP, while Rebecca Lobo with only 3 points, but she has pulled down 5 rebounds to keep the Liberty in it. And welcome to the Lee Jeans Halftime Report. In June, when the WNBA made its debut, the dreams of countless women's basketball players were realized. Athletes who had been forced to toil overseas if they wanted a professional basketball career finally had another option. On June 21st, the WNBA welcomed a new era of women's team sports.
Go
Last summer in Atlanta, it was the women's dream team that sparked an evolution of women's team sports. The WNBA was the realization of a dream for athletes around the world. And as the WNBA season wraps up, the NFL season kicks off tomorrow. We get you started at noon Eastern time with a full hour of the NFL on NBC. We'll hear from Bill Parcells. He's the new head coach of the New York Jets as he talks about his departure from the New England Patriots. We'll also bring you Drew Bledsoe's comments about his former coach. And we'll feature Jimmy Johnson of the Dolphins and Neil Smith of the Broncos, who plays against his former team, the Chiefs, tomorrow. Our doubleheader lineup features 3 early games, including the defending AFC champs, the Patriots hosting the Chargers, the Colts visit the Dolphins, and Jeff George makes his Oakland Raider debut in Tennessee against the Oilers. The game that most of you will see as the second half of the doubleheader is Kansas City at Denver. Some will see the Jets at Seattle, and others will get Jacksonville at Baltimore. Well, the Comets lead the Liberty by 4, and we'll send you back to Houston for the second half of the WNBA championship right after these messages.
¿Cómo te chiami?
Ehi, signorina, che fai? Non ti parlano di soldi, sai?
Dammi la polizia, prendila, porca.
State zitta, signorina, avete andare. Non ti fare con i soldi. Hey, lady, get out of the phone. Not that gold.
I always knew it was a woman's prerogative to change her mind. Fortunately, she was dressed for the occasion.
Lee Riveted Flares, the new look of Lee.
Ready?
50 million Americans play basketball. 13 million are women. 500,000 girls play basketball in high school. 13,000 compete on a collegiate level. 80 play in the WNBA on 8 teams. Wearing uniforms by the one exclusive apparel supplier to the WNBA, Champion. WNBA apparel, available at the one place for every woman, Lady Foot Locker.
This fall, the City Guys are coming to TNBC. These guys have got the moves.
Hey!
Okay, well, they've got the girls.
About our date? No.
Maybe not. But they do have a new show on Saturday mornings. City Guys, and the new TNBC lineup premieres September 6th.
The WNBA on NBC is brought to you by Spalding, the official ball of the WNBA. By American Express. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, American Express helps you do more. By Kellogg's, with good taste, nutrition, and value. The best to you each morning from Kellogg's. And by Champion, the exclusive apparel supplier of the WNBA.
Storm and Myers, Lisa Milosky, Beth Ruiak back at a sold-out summit in Houston, Texas, where the Comets lead the Liberty 28-24 in the inaugural WNBA championship game. And the story of today's game has been the story this season for Houston and for the league, as clearly the most dominant player in the league. Cynthia Cooper has dominated the first half and done so not just in scoring, but a lot of areas.
Well, she's setting the team up. She's getting to the free throw line. She's getting assists. She's 4 of 6 right now from the floor. And the big difference in the game, I mean, it's pretty even. Neither team is really shooting the ball particularly well, but it's at the free throw line. And we mentioned earlier in the game that the 4 times these two teams met, whoever got to the free throw line the most won the game.
And New York with a 20-14 edge on the boards in the absence of Houston starting center Wanda Guyton, but they have to make some adjustments on defense. And what do you look for?
New York is really having a difficult time getting this screen that Cynthia Cooper is coming over Tina Thompson, and they're going to have to make some adjustments as far as you'll see Vicki Johnson get caught on the screen by Tina Thompson, and Lobo helping out. The defense really gets caught in the middle, and then all of a sudden Tina Thompson is wide open. Cynthia Cooper is so good at handling the basketball. She draws 3 defenders, and she actually has 2 players wide open and sees Tina Thompson, and they are getting hurt there. They're going to have to make some adjustments as far as defensively, stopping that pick and roll, and as far as they can get on Cooper a little tighter and make her take the outside shot.
And Cooper played all 20 minutes of the first half. They have not used their bench much, and Coop, who usually has about 40% of her shots taken from three-point range, only has 1 so far.
No, she hasn't, and again, maybe that's something that the Liberty have to look forward to in the second half. Of course, she might get hot, who knows, but she's been able to go inside, and once she sets up a defense going inside, then they force her to go outside. She has a tendency to knock those shots down also. So if you cannot stop her, only contain her, it's the rest of the players for the Houston Comets that the New York Liberty have to be concerned about, like Arcane and Perrott and Thompson stepping up.
And right now she is carrying the team. As you can see, the rest of the Comets are hitting less than 1/3 of their shots. We'll hear from both coaches in today's championship game when we return to Houston right after this.
This has been the Lee Jeans halftime report.
All right, ladies, New York is the toughest place to play, so I'm going to be drilling you, but it's for your own good.
Okay, when you're on offense, I want you to score. Let's try and pick and roll. Go!
Keisha, you're a rookie. Just do what they do.
Go do things! EJ, come on, what are you waiting for? Shoot the 3! Shoot! Hey, excuse me, pal. Official New York Liberty practice going on here. Can you believe this guy? Only in New York, huh?
Ooh, a sprinkle a day, fresh all over all day.
Our bodies perspire in more places than one, so I want to stay fresh in more ways than one. Antiperspirants are for under my arms, but shower to shower freshens everywhere else with a new Breeze Fresh scent. And it's 40% more absorbent than ever to keep me just showered fresh, all over, all day. Shower to shower.
Fresh all over all day. Have you had your sprinkle today?
Join us for America's most watched news magazine.
Dateline on NBC.
Welcome to Virtual Lexus.
At the Lexus Award-winning sales event, your Lexus dealer is celebrating our latest J.D. Power and Associates Awards with values on every new Lexus in stock.
Please choose a model. Please select your financing.
With Lexus corporate support, whether you buy or lease, you'll find the best values of the year.
Goodbye.
Interact with your Lexus dealer by September 2nd.
Soccer sure has changed since I played. 30-foot rises. Contracting goals. This game is nothing like we could have ever imagined. And it all started with All Sport.
All Sport, with a third more carbs than Gatorade. The game will never be the same.
You're watching the News Channel.
The News Channel, News Channel 5.
This copyrighted telecast of WNBA Enterprises may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise used in any form without the express written consent of WNBA Enterprises.
Back for the start of the second half of the inaugural WNBA championship game between the top 2 teams in the league, New York and Houston, in a defensive battle in the first half. And for a report out of the New York locker room, here's Beth Ruiak.
Lisa, I talked earlier to Nancy Darsh as she was coming out of the locker room. She said she told her team they needed more movement on the offense, better ball movement, better defense, all those things. But I was looking at the players, and there were tears in their eyes as some of them came out. So I said to Nancy, was it a real emotional charge-up speech? And she said, no, I just got to get them really fired up. And they came out of their faces, out of the locker room with that on their faces. So we go back to you, Hannah and Ann. Now we'll see what it did.
Okay, thanks, Beth. And New York was a confident, very serious team coming in here, Ann.
But we saw them a week ago when they played Cleveland, when we had that game and Teresa Weatherspoon was knocked out of the game. And we saw how it was a great shot that Nancy Darsh challenged her players, her veteran players, her captains, to step up. And that's obviously what she's doing now is, hey, we're down. Do you want this game or not? You got to play in the big game. You got to want to play in these big games and want to win it.
Tammy Jackson, who's holding her own as starting center against Kim Hampton. They tip off the second half. And it's Houston's basketball. New York has been through it all this season. They began as the league's dominant team, starting 12-2, slumped badly, and then rebounded at the end of the season with a win over Cleveland, and they dominated Phoenix on Thursday night. They say they have their championship caliber form back, but we will see in the second half as they try to win on the road in Houston against a Comets team which was the top in the league. Hampton on the rebound.
Good defense by Rebecca Lobo, just staying on her feet, and they've switched up. Kim Hampton is on Tina Thompson and Lobo on Jackson.
Hampton has 10 rebounds, and here she is on the offensive end. Kim Hampton with 4 points. And for the Houston halftime story, let's go to Lisa Molosky.
Hannah Van Chancellor talked about rebounding. Comets, of course, playing without their top rebounder, Wanda Guyton, who is still in the locker room nursing a very tender neck. Tammy Jackson replaced her, has been doing a great job, scored right there. She has led the Comets in rebounding with 6 at the half, but Van Chancellor wants more rebounds in the second half. The Rockets trailed by 6 rebound-wise in the first. Back to you, Hannah.
Thank you, Lisa. Vicki Johnson driving the baseline to Hampton. And another score. 2 baskets in a row by Hampton.
Something that the Liberty were not able to do in that first half is get the ball inside to Kim Hampton. She's being very aggressive on the offensive end.
And this is a 2-point game. Comets lead at 30-28. Arcane in the lane. Hits the runner.
Janeth Arcane and the Comets have been very difficult to stop when they've had that penetration dribble in the middle.
In the game for New York, it's Johnson, Lobo, Witherspoon, and Hampton. For Houston, Parrott, Jackson, Thompson, Arcane, and Cooper.
There's another situation. Teresa Witherspoon has to be offensive-minded. Look for the shot. She tried to dish it off to Kim Hampton. They'll get it back, though, with 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Did the same thing in the first half and turned it over a couple of times because of that. And the whistle.
Foul on number 10.
And the foul is on Parrott. It's her second. Kim Parrott with a couple of three-pointers in the first half. Badly wanted to play in the WNBA, contacted the league, sent them letters from where she was playing in France, made phone calls, couldn't get a response, finally got an invitation to try out here in Houston and tried out with 65 others in an open tryout and made this squad and has been the starting point guard. Kim Hampton at the line.
Kim Hampton, a 64% free throw shooter. In the last 7 games, she was 24 of 27, shooting 88% from the free throw line coming into this game. She misses her first one.
Misses them both. And the call is on Witherspoon. It's her third personal.
Sophia Witherspoon, that's her third. Team first.
Witherspoon, you can see the bump right there and just never really cut off the sideline.
Cooper guarded by Johnson to start the second half. Dishes off to Arcane. Lobo with the rebound. Rebecca Lobo has 6 boards with the turnover. Here comes Parrott. Back into the hands of the Liberty. Defensive intensity. Witherspoon from the corner. Misses the three-pointer, and Cooper with the rebound.
Controlling the tempo of this game, Nancy Darsh knew that was going to be a key factor, and so far Houston's been able to control it because the shot selection for New York has not been stellar.
Cooper driving the lane. Cooper with 13 points off the beautiful shot. Houston and the edge and the backcourt scoring. And they'll jump it.
There's no question that the Houston Comets have the advantage in the backcourt as far as scoring. There you see Cooper taking it to the right side. She'll be able to take it to the left side. She pulls up for jumpers. She shoots at threes. She has just been difficult to stop for the Liberty.
She sets an incredible example for her teammates in terms of hard work as well. She was the first player out here long before her teammates were shooting. And New York controls the tip. Vicki Johnson. But Jackson fights to hang on to the rebound.
And the Comets have the crowd behind them. The Liberty playing in Phoenix were able to take the crowd out of it.
Herod for three. Not this time, but Jackson fighting for the rebound. And Tammy Jackson is playing her heart out, but slow to get up. And a look at Cynthia Cooper and what she has done in her stellar career. 2 NCAA titles with USC, 2 world championships, 2 Olympic teams. She has been a star in Italy, but a role player on all of those teams. Others were the stars. At USC, it was the McGee twins and Cheryl Miller. She was asked to do other things to help her team win, but here she is asked to be the scorer and the leader, and she has responded. In the absence of Cheryl Swoops, a team that was not expected to do much, Cynthia Cooper has put this team on her shoulders and carried them to the championship game. Jackson hangs on to it. And the foul. Foul is on Weatherspoon. It's her third. And the Comets lead it by 6. You're watching the WNBA championship game on NBC.
The Fighting Irish of Notre Dame battle Georgia Tech next Saturday on NBC.
What would make your life easier? Is it the little things? Do you need more solutions and fewer questions? Not everyone can have their own personal assistant, but at least someone can get the door for you once in a while. The 1997 Silhouette minivan by Oldsmobile. Personal freedom, personal space, personal attention. Because no 2 silhouettes are alike.
Just how far do you have to go to get a delicious Eggo waffle all to yourself? Do I have to say Lego? Eggo waffles, part of a good breakfast.
Can't believe that worked.
Who was that guy?
Yeah, I know Rebecca Lobo. She's one of the best Lobo.
I play for the New York Liberty. I make a living playing basketball. Now there's a place for us. We've got our own thing going. I'm excited that a woman can have a shoe and a little girl can dream of having a shoe because it shows how far women have come in this sport. Women are really out in the front. Reebok has supported them since day one. This is definitely an extraordinary life.
As an athlete, there's always a chance I'll get a sports-related injury. I can't prevent it, but I know the risks involved. And as a woman, I know I have a greater chance for breast cancer because it runs in my family. I know I can't prevent it, but I've spoken with my doctor and know what my risks are. You should know too.
The Comets' Tammy Jackson, starting for the injured Wanda Guyton, has been a warrior in this game and will stay in the game despite taking a pretty nasty fall on her elbow end.
And it's her right elbow, her shooting arm, but she has stayed in there tough for the Houston Comets. As a matter of fact, they've stayed pretty even with the Liberty as far as the rebounds are concerned. You can see the offensive rebound New York is controlling. Jackson has 9 rebounds and Kim Hampton 11.
They don't really have any other option for starting center besides the little used Yolanda Moore, so it will have to be Jackson who plays down the stretch.
But this Houston team also is a team that really does not have their center involved in the offense. Guyton hardly scored any points at all. Jackson's not a big-time scorer. They can get points, but their offense is surrounded around their perimeter game.
She has told Lisa Molosky that she is fine, though.
Better not come out of a championship game.
You can at this point. Van Chancellor would send her right back in there.
Not unless you can't walk.
Shot clock is down to 5. Arcane.
Oh.
Here's Jackson.
Jackson heads that play, cutting to the basket. Comes up with a loose egg right in her hands and puts it in.
With 2 seconds on the clock. It's Houston's lead back up by 8, 36-28 in a low-scoring defensive battle for the first ever WNBA championship.
And the break's going the Houston Comets' way. They're being aggressive on defense. Nancy Darsh a little frustrated in that Phoenix game. We talked about the loudness of the crowd. She was prepared in this game also to have cards set up in case it got too loud and the team couldn't really call out the plays.
The Comets are on a 6-0 run and a sold-out summit in Houston, Texas. Over 16,000 fans on hand. And the foul was called on Vicki Johnson.
What's making the Comets so effective, Hannah, is that Cynthia Cooper is so good at handling the basketball where she's able to kind of make that hesitation move and look for her teammates, where on the other hand, the Liberty, they get in there and all of a sudden they're looking to pass rather than score.
Thompson inside with a strong move, has 10 points. The Liberty trail it by 10. And it's timeout New York. They're on their feet at the summit. Houston on an 8-0 run.
They're calling a 20.
What are we going to do? The Comets lead at 38-28. And you talk about championship experience, Ann, and Houston has it. Arcane and Jackson have both won titles professionally in Brazil and in Japan. Olympic gold medalist Cheryl Swoops was seen little time this afternoon, only 5 minutes in the first half, along with Cynthia Cooper, and NCAA titles. But if you take a look at the New York Liberty roster, the only 2 who have won a championship would be Rebecca Lobo and Teresa Weatherspoon.
And there's only 7 players in the NBA that have won NCAA titles, gold medals, and NBA championships. I won't name them right now.
Well, we know Michael Jordan's one, Magic Johnson's another, Quinn Buckner and
Jerry Lucas, Casey Jones, and Bill Russell, and Clyde Levelette.
So you did name them.
You helped me.
And today, Cynthia Cooper and Cheryl Swoops looking to join those ranks. And Fran Harris also has won a national title with the University of Texas. Kim Hampton in the lane. And a loose ball foul.
Loose ball foul, number 5, Keisha Ford.
It's called on Keisha Ford. It's her first personal.
New York only getting 1 shot opportunities, which has really hurt them because within the scheme of the offense, they're not ready to get an offensive rebound and then also even getting back on defense.
A little over 6 minutes gone by. In the second half, the Comets with a 10-point lead. They have used their bench sparingly. Their starters have played almost the entire game.
And Trina Trice from New York played 5 minutes and was 2 of 2. So let's see if they can go back to her, the Liberty, getting her involved in the offense. There's that step back.
Tina Thompson. And Thompson with the finger roll.
We saw the other night against Charlotte that the game was tied, and all of a sudden the Houston Comets just took off.
Weatherspoon for 3. Arcane with the rebound. And the miss on the other end, Weatherspoon for New York. Houston is on a 10-0 run.
And New York missing a lot of shots. When you miss a lot of shots, have to hustle back on defense, you get a little tired.
Parrott out to Cooper.
When you have the momentum going your way, you just feel like you can just keep putting it up and things go your way.
Cooper on the drive, draws the foul. And the foul is on Vicki Johnson, her third.
Just great penetration by Cynthia Cooper, which she has been able to do all game long. Good kick out to Arcane. She loses it, but again, Tina Thompson and the rest of the Comets are able to get in position where they're wide open. They saw the defense is off, and Tina Thompson just takes it to the hoop.
Visit NBCSports.com to continue our championship coverage with Ann Myers. Immediately after the game, go courtside live with Annie to chat about the first ever championship game on NBCSports.com. Cooper misses her first free throw. Misses them both. Rarity.
A rarity is something that an opposing team has to take advantage of, something like that. Rebecca Lobo has been very quiet in this game, only 3 points.
And she averages 13 shots a game. She's only 1 for 3 today. Why hasn't Lobo been more involved in the offense?
Second team foul.
That a lot has to do with the perimeter game. They're trying to get the ball inside. Give credit to the defense that the Comets are putting on her. Tina Thompson, who's first team all WNBA, has done a good job on her.
Arcane picked up the foul there, and here's Lobo.
Rebecca Lobo.
So Lobo with just her second basket of the game. She has 5 points.
And we talked about that earlier in the game, Hannah, as far as Hampton and Lobo being hot the last 2 games and big-time scores. You think with the height advantage also inside that the Liberty would be going there more.
Shot clock is down to 8. Got to get it off. And Weatherspoon tries to knock it away. It's New York's ball. Another look at a rare basket by Rebecca Lobo as she tries to bring her New York Liberty back. They trail by 10 in the championship game.
Surprisingly, your washing machine can have more to do with getting your laundry clean than your detergent. And one laundry system is proven to perform better than any other. Kenmore. Designed with an exclusive agitator system that ensures that whatever you're washing gets circulated throughout, as if it were in there alone. Working so quietly, you might forget it's there. Shouldn't you consider the brand that's already at work in over 1 out of 2 homes in America? Kenmore. Come see the innovative side of Sears.
It's the new meaning of liberty in New York, lighting up the Houston sky.
Forget what you think about basketball.
Rocking the city of Cleveland, it's Utah's shooting stars.
It's not basketball and it's not a fairy tale.
As the mercury rises in Phoenix, sparks are flying in LA.
It's pro women's basketball.
It's royalty in Sacramento, and the thing that stings in Charlotte.
To get there, start here.
Spalding, the official ball of the WNBA.
Welcome to the ball, Cinderella.
You play basketball in New York, you gotta deal with pressure, you gotta eat pizza. So, Kim, what do you want, cheese? Mushrooms? Green peppers? Okay, you're rebounding now. What's gonna help you jump higher? Olives?
2 veggie specials. That's $3.
Great, thanks, Pop. Come on, Kim. Can we get some extra napkins? I think after playing 4 years in Italy, she'd know how to eat a slice of pizza.
Choose one.
Powerade. Power to working muscles when you need it.
I am not done.
Back in Houston, where the Liberty has scored only 2 points over the last 7 minutes, and that on a basket by Rebecca Lobo, and a battle at the power forward position with Tina Thompson.
These two have just really been going at it all game long, and Lobo trying to get position down low. Look at Thompson just pushing it. Now you see the holding and the grabbing and arms flailing. I mean, give credit to both players working very, very hard, but it's been the advantage, I think, right now to Thompson. Not only points-wise, you can see 5 and 9 from the floor. Lobo's doing a great job on the boards, but she's got to get involved in the offense. Only 4 shots from Rebecca Lobo. The New York Liberty have to get her the ball more.
And those two are the youngest players in this championship game, and they represent the future of the WNBA. Neither of them with professional experience, but Lobo coming off the Olympic gold medal team in Atlanta. Tina Thompson out of college last year. Here's Lobo again on the turnaround. But it's Houston's ball.
Not a bad shot by Lobo, but Thompson is just making her work so hard, so she's fading away from the basket, which she's got a great shot, but if she fades away too much, it takes something off the shot.
What does it mean psychologically, Ann, when you're missing a member of your starting lineup? For a Tina Thompson, she knows she's got to come out and have a terrific game.
Well, they've all been in big-time games through college and through the pros, and I don't think they've thought at all about Wanda Guyton at this point.
Meanwhile, Tina Thompson draws the foul.
Foul number 33, Trina Trice.
And Trina Trice is whistled for her second personal. Thompson was the go-to player in college at USC. She has sacrificed a lot of her scoring for rebounding, defense, setting screens for Cynthia Cooper.
Well, and as she said, too, it's like, you know, it's tough sometimes because you've been a scorer and you have to make those adjustments, but she's been very good at doing it. There you see Melissa McFerrin, the assistant for Nancy Darsh, holding up the cards because sometimes it can get too loud in here and you can't really hear what's going on. But you look at Tina Thompson as far as her scoring, she is capable of scoring a lot of points and being a second option on this Comet team.
This is her second free throw, but the Comets maintain a 10-point lead over the Liberty with 11 minutes left to play in the inaugural championship game. A low-scoring affair, defensive battle. Vicki Johnson from the top of the key. And Houston's basketball. What does New York have to do, Ann, to get in this game?
They got to knock some shots down. And they're not getting shots, and the ball is not falling their way. And they feel like calls are not going their way, and the rebounding is not there for them on the offensive end.
Cooper, 15-footer.
Coop was pretty quiet for a while, just setting the defense up.
Cynthia Cooper with 15 points. Houston with its largest lead of the game, 12 points over New York.
The biggest thing for New York is not to panic. There's plenty of time in this game, just chip away. And there's a way-off miss by Rebecca Lobo, but you can't panic and start taking outside shots, especially three-pointers, which New York is not a great three-point shooting team. They only average about 12 three-pointers a game.
Cooper's three-point attempt off the mark, but Thompson with the rebound.
Just great hustle by Tina Thompson. New York's got to do a better job wanting the basketball.
Perrott for three. Gets her own miss.
Another great opportunity for the Houston Comets, New York. And that frustration sets in when you have the opposing team getting rebound after rebound and shot after shot against you.
The Comets are getting the second shot opportunities. Cooper with the miss, and this time it's Lobo coming up with the rebound. Johnson on the run. Misses the layup. Trice fights for the rebound and the basket.
Trina Trice.
As Trina Trice has 6 points off the bench. The Liberty back within 10. A little over 9 minutes left to play in the championship. New York won 3 of 4 in the regular season, but it was Houston having the biggest win in the series by 15 points at the Garden to propel themselves into first place in the Eastern Conference. Perrott's three-point attempt off.
And nobody's screening out again. Long shot, long rebound. You've got to get a body on that outside shooter. And Houston has done it with these 5 starters. As you said, Swoops came in a little bit early in that first half.
Cooper driving the lane. Cynthia Cooper with 17 points. At the other end, Weatherspoon off the mark, and Thompson fights for the rebound and gets Lobo in the chin. Rebecca Lobo is down on the ground.
Okay, a lot of elbows fly off these rebounds, and Lobo caught one right in the mouth.
Lobo's back up. Houston's ball with 11 seconds left on the clock, and another look at that battle underneath, Ann.
We saw Tina Thompson and Rebecca Lobo going at it all game, and there you see Tina Thompson swinging around up top, incidental contact, and hits Lobo right in the jaw and knocks her down.
And Lobo will take a seat along with Trina Trice in the game for New York. Rhonda Blades, Sue Wicks, Kim Hampton, Teresa Weatherspoon, and Sophia Witherspoon guarding Cooper now. Cooper loses it, but Houston retains possession, and the Comets lead the Liberty by 12. The WNBA on NBC.
So I got off the elevator and said, what is this, the 7th inning stretch? American Express.
Lovely.
Let's do the whole country. I'm a little light on the lingo.
Get a full gander down the front with me.
All right.
They've got Cornish pasties, bangers and mash, pumpkin sweet, and a lovely toadmeal.
That was a wicked googly. So I took the butchers up the apples and pears and said, what is this, the tea interval? All over the world, you can do more with the American Express card.
Okay, turn signal, honey. Blinker, blinker, blinker. So important, darling. It's doing great. Don't worry about a thing, Mom.
GM builds over 100 standard safety features into every car and truck it makes. Luxury, compact, family, sport, all of them. Because your car should inspire confidence.
How's she doing?
Even when the driver doesn't quite yet.
She's doing better than I am.
The company you count on wherever life takes you. General Motors. People in motion.
Did you know every day your eyes are being bombarded by harmful UV rays? That's why AccuView contact lenses are introducing UV protection. Now AccuView gives you the comfort of fresh new lenses that block up to 95% of harmful UVB rays. It's the only leading brand that does. Ask your doctor for a free trial pair and see why more eyes trust AccuView.
Why would you wear anything else?
Tiger Woods. Can he lead the U.S. to victory as the Americans try to recapture the Ryder Cup? The drama unfolds September 27th and 28th on NBC.
Next Saturday, Notre Dame quarterback Ron Paulus leads new coach Bob Davies' Fighting Irish against the Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech. Next Saturday at 2:30 Eastern on NBC.
Before the game, the All-WNBA team presented by Bud Light honored at the summit, and the first team All-WNBA features two members of the Houston Comets, Cynthia Cooper, Ruthie Bolton-Holyfield of Sacramento, Lisa Leslie of the Sparks, Ava Nemkova from Cleveland, Tina Thompson also of Houston, and two members of the Liberty on the second team, with Weatherspoon and Lobo joined by Andrea Stinson, Jennifer Gillum, and Wendy Palmer of Utah. And Cynthia Cooper, the only unanimous selection for first team All-WNBA. She was awarded the MVP award, and her coach, Van Chancellor, 1 second on the clock. And Wicks on the rebound, as Van Chancellor also awarded Coach of the Year in the WNBA. Let's go to Lisa Milosky.
And in that last time out, Liberty coach Nancy Darsh looked at her players and said, get the rebounds. Do not let the Comets have 3 possessions in a row. She looked at Kim Hampton and she said, take Jackson out of the game. Back to you, Hannah. Ann?
Thank you, Lisa.
The defense for the Comets forcing the turnover. Rhonda Blades dribbling the ball on the baseline. This crowd has gotten New York a little frazzled in their offense.
Sellout crowd at the summit, 16,285. The Comets have gotten great support in the city. And the foul called on Sue Wicks. She picks up her first.
New York trying to trap up high and create a turnover. The Comets will be going to the free throw line on the next foul, which will hurt the Liberty, obviously.
New York with 17 fouls in the bonus on the 8th.
And see how Houston has just cleared out the right side for Cynthia Cooper.
Shot clock's at 6. Herod on the drive, loses it. And Weatherspoon comes up with it. Hampton at the other end with the fast break layup. Kim Hampton has 8 points. And the Liberty within 10 with 6.5 minutes left to play.
20-second timeout, Comets.
And the Comets have called a 20-second timeout.
Good time by Van Chancellor as far as slowing the tempo down. Things were going the way for New York. Just kind of get his team regrouped and settle down the tempo.
Tomorrow at noon Eastern, the NFL on NBC kicks off another exciting season with an opening day doubleheader. Many of you will see Drew Bledsoe, the defending AFC champion New England Patriots, take on the San Diego Chargers or regional action. Then catch the Kansas City Chiefs battling the Denver Broncos in Game 2 or regional action. Tomorrow at noon Eastern, the NFL on NBC begins. And here in Houston, they've lost their Oilers. So the Comets coming in with a championship caliber team and filling somewhat of an emotional void here in Houston, getting great coverage and a lot of excitement among the fans here. They've had great attendance and crowds all season long.
And they've been playing with a lot of fire in this championship game, and that's been the difference in these two teams. I think Nancy Darsh is a little frustrated 2 timeouts ago with her team as far as playing with some heart. Cynthia, or I should say Tina Thompson and Tammy Jackson getting miscommunication right there, and Van Chancellor not happy with the out-of-bounds play. Usually on a timeout, you want to have a good out-of-bounds play.
Well, New York has not managed to get to the line. They usually get to the line 22 times on the average today. Just 1 of 6. Witherspoon. Sophia Witherspoon has 5 points. The nice shot, and here comes Cooper.
And that's her first basket in the second half. She had a 3-pointer earlier in the first half and has been very quiet offensively.
She is their leading scorer, and it was Houston's game plan to take her out of the game. She has hurt them more than any other member of the Liberty offensively. Thompson trips on her way to the basket but gets the shot.
Just great concentration to finish that.
Tina Thompson has 14 points. Houston basketball.
There you see how the Comets really clear out the right side. They've been doing that most of the second half, whether it be Cooper or Thompson, even Arcane, and just a good finish by Tina Thompson. And then great hustle play by Kim Perrott. Witherspoon losing control of the basketball. She's trying to get it, but it goes to the Comets. And now another foul by the New York Liberty to put the Comets at the free throw line.
And the foul is on Witherspoon. It's her 4th.
The Liberty are over the limit.
So Sophia Witherspoon, who averages over 14 points a game. She's the 7th leading scorer in the league and leads her team. Very quiet. And Cynthia Cooper at the line, and her season made all the more remarkable by the personal struggles that she has had this year. Another look at her mom, Mary Cobbs, who was diagnosed with breast cancer in April, has had weekly chemotherapy treatments. Cooper not only looking after her mom, but raising nieces and nephews, 3 of them in her house, and will adopt a 3-year-old nephew. Somehow she has juggled it all. Kim Hampton with the basket, and let's go quickly to Beth Ruiz. Thompson on the other end, blocked by Wicks. And the foul.
Rebecca Lobo cheering her teammates on, feeling Sue Wicks comes up with a good block, but Sue Wicks is an aggressive player, and she creates that intensity and picks up that intensity with her teammates coming out there off the bench.
Tina Thompson will go to the line. Houston has gone cold from the charity stripe, just 0 for 6 free throws in the second half, and this is the first one that they have hit as Rebecca Lobo checks back into the game for New York.
Good move by Tina Thompson. Sue Wicks is right there. Looks like she gets all ball. Doesn't matter because Tina Thompson's going to the line.
In for the Liberty, Rebecca Lobo.
In the last game that these two teams met, Van Chancellor was very happy that his team had 5 players in double figures. And right now, Tina Thompson has been the other consistent factor for the Comets in this game. Her and Cooper with double figures.
Thompson hits both her free throws. She has 16 points. The Comets back on top by 10. Just over 5 minutes left to play. Witherspoon with the 3.
And only 1 shot at the basket. You get that 3-point shot, somebody's got to get a rebound.
Comets getting the defensive boards here in the second half.
if Witherspoon knocks that shot down, it kind of takes the winds out of the Comet and hopefully gets the Liberty going. Now with her missing it,
and Witherspoon on the steal. New York will retain possession.
Just great all hustle by both players. Teresa Witherspoon coming up with the steal. Cooper getting back, just biding her time. Here's a nice steal by the Eye of the Tiger. She's got that tiger tattoo on the back of her shoulder. She just prowls you. And then they get the break with the ball going out of bounds to the Liberty.
Teresa Witherspoon from nearby Pineland, Texas. And the foul is on Tammy Jackson. It's her third. Witherspoon's hometown, about 2.5 hours here from Houston, and she gets it to Witherspoon for the quick shot, but Jackson with the rebound. Arcane on the drive. Over to Cooper, and she's fouled.
Obviously, they're going to look for a flagrant foul. Blades going up in the air and grabbing Cooper. They're just going to call the hold. It's a 4-on-1 situation. She goes for the ball. That's why it's not a flagrant foul. And she'll just get 2 at the line. But on the other end, Liberty went to the offensive boards. You had 4 players surrounding Tammy Jackson. Somebody else had to get back on defense to help out.
Cooper, who had missed her last 4 free throws, connects on this one. She has 18 points. We told you about her mother, who told Beth Ruiak that she delayed her weekly chemotherapy treatment yesterday so that she could feel good and come to this Saturday game. Van Chancellor has been a great support. He has moved back some of his practices for Cooper's mother's chemotherapy treatments. And how meaningful it is for her to have this kind of performance in front of her mother today.
Perrot's going to come up with the reach off the foul, but you got to give credit to this Houston Comet team. All 5 starters had played the second half, and they have done it most of the game. Swoops came in early in the first half with 5 minutes, and Moore came in the first half with 3 minutes. But these are the players that got them there to the championship game, and give Van Chancellor credit for sticking with his 5 players and letting them get the minutes.
He has hardly used his bench. Meanwhile, Kim Hampton sinks the free throw. She had not been playing. She felt up to her potential, but spoke with her father, Donnie, who's a pretty big guy. She plays one-on-one against him in the summertime in Louisville, and he said, look, Kim, why aren't you playing as aggressively as I know you can?
Well, she's done it in the second half. She's picked up her game.
She has stepped up at the end of the season for New York, been a leader. She is the co-captain along with Witherspoon, and Nancy Darsh urging her to step up her play here in the last few minutes, and she has. I'm sure her dad, Donnie, is watching this one closely.
Great hands by Cynthia Cooper. She gets the ball knocked away and gets it to one of her teammates.
Arcane for 3. And Hampton with the rebound and draws the foul. Foul is on Tammy Jackson, but the Comets lead it by 11 in the first championship game. That's our score.
Budweiser withstood the test of time. It has over 120-year heritage. That heritage is there for one simple reason: because of the people behind the brand Budweiser, and most importantly, because quality was never compromised. Beer is like a food, and just like any natural food with no additives and preservatives, fresh food does indeed taste better. A beer is the best it will ever be when it leaves the brewery. You can look exactly at how fresh Budweiser is through our born-on dating system. It tells you when that product was made and how fresh that product is in the marketplace. There's a lot of pride and tradition in the beer business, and that's what we're about. We're about people, about families, and about selling the highest quality beer products in the world.
There is magic in a ball. Its very shape invites us to touch it. And yet, it doesn't care who touches it, dribbles it, passes it, or fights for it. Never has, never will. Sears is thrilled to play a part in bringing you every second of the first WNBA season ever. And to all the players who stood their ground in a changing world and yelled, "Give me the ball! Give me the ball!" Sears proudly answers. Catch.
Sunday, the NFL season gets underway with a blockbuster doubleheader. First, Drew Bledsoe and the AFC champion Patriots host the Chargers. Then John Elway and the Broncos renew one of their fiercest rivalries when they face Elvis Gerback and the Chiefs. Or regional action, the NFL on NBC, Sunday at noon Eastern.
In the inaugural WNBA championship game, it has been Houston over New York from the start. They lead it by 11, and the battle between Kim Hampton and Tammy Jackson, the reserve, who had to step forward, who's played virtually the entire game for the injured starting center, Wanda Guyton, and she's held her own, Ann.
Well, there's no question about it. We talked earlier about this team as far as how much that center spot means on the defensive end, on the rebounding end, and that's what Guyton and Jackson have done all season long, and Jackson has stepped it up. Her numbers may not show what she's done. Kim Hampton has had a tremendous second half for the New York Liberty, but it's the other players that have to step up. Rebecca Lobo really struggling in this game because the Houston Comets have played very good defense.
Houston is ready to win another basketball title. The Rockets back-to-back NBA championships in '94 and '95, and the first at the expense of New York. The Liberty get the shot from Kim Hampton, who has 13, and they would like to take the title back to the guard. New York has not won a basketball championship since the Knicks won it in '73. Cooper, the dish to Perrott.
New York trying to get some traps and force Houston into some bad shots, but it's a good shot by Cooper because they're able to find open players, but Liberty come up with a nice defensive rebound.
Lobo inside, and the foul.
New York has to continue in this last 3 minutes and 5 seconds of the game going inside. They're looking for Kim Hampton. This time they get it to Rebecca Lobo. Thompson a little bit caught out of position, and Lobo takes it in, and they're going to call the 5th foul on Tammy Jackson.
And again, Tammy Jackson, their main option at starting center. They are thin, so Jackson 1 away from disqualification. And their only other option on the bench, Yolanda Moore, as Lobo sinks the free throws. Lobo lived up to her billing this season?
I really think she has. I think she's played steady. She's struggled in this game, but I think she's been a great player for the league.
The Liberty have pulled within 7, and still 3 minutes left to play. They were Houston's Achilles heel.
20-second timeout, Comets.
Beating Houston 3 straight. And that is the team that Houston focused on all season, beating the New York Liberty. And now here they meet the best 2 teams in the championship game.
Well, it's got to be a lot of fun. All the games towards the end of the season, Hannah, were so exciting to watch. There were overtime games or buzzer beaters. The Western Conference Championship was played in an overtime game. Whoever won that game was going to be Western Conference champions between LA and Phoenix. Phoenix won it. It came down to Houston and New York as far as they were in the Final Four, and then Cleveland and Charlotte. Who was going to make that Final Four spot? Charlotte ended up doing it. There were just really a lot of exciting games toward the end of the season.
6 teams in the playoff hunt, and the New York Liberty on the final weekend with a great overtime win at home against Phoenix. They are at home against Cleveland. They stifled Phoenix on Thursday night, and now they've gone on a run here in Houston. They are within 7, just under 3 minutes left to play in the championship game. Rhonda Blades at the point for New York. Kim Perrott to Arcade. Guarded by Weatherspoon. And gets the basket over Weatherspoon. Why are Blades and Weatherspoon at the game at the same time, Ann?
Looking for some outside shots. Weatherspoon's a ball handler. She can penetrate. Blades can take the outside shot. They're not going to count that basket. Good penetration drive. And I guess it's not the NBA rule. It's WNBA. They take it away. And they're going to get it out of bounds because they're still not, unless they're going to call it on the floor. They're going to have to take it out of bounds because they're not in the penalty yet.
The Comets only have 17 fouls, and that one on Arcane, that was her third. Here's Wicks in the lane. Can't get the turnaround, and Cooper with the rebound. But the foul. And the foul is on Vicki Johnson. It's her fourth. So Houston will go to the line again. The Comets lead it by 9. And the chance from the crowd, MVP. Cynthia Cooper has 19 points on 7 of 13 shooting. And a look at what she's done against New York. The 20-point performance, her high. And she matches it at 20 points in the overtime loss here at the Summit. They lost 2 to New York in the regular season. And the crowd is sensing something special. But New York is not done. New York is within 9 with 2 minutes left to play.
They're not quitting, that's for sure.
Houston ball.
Out of bounds, still Comets ball.
This is a team, Ann, the Houston team, that people didn't expect much from, frankly, when their star.
And neither did Van Chancellor.
He didn't know what to expect. But their star, Cheryl Swoops, their marquee player, giving birth to a baby boy, wasn't sure if they would have her at all for this season. Indeed, she has not been a factor in the championship game.
They were unsure in the point guard position. They were unsure in the center position. And the 3 games that they lost early to New York, this definitely is not the same team that it was early in the season. They've had 2 player changes with Moore and Swoops put on the team. And Perrott has earned that point guard position. Also, we had a chance to talk to Van Chancellor, and he told us there you see Mary Cobb, Cynthia Cooper's mom, about Cynthia Cooper, that his wife Betty said, hey, you're not letting Cynthia Cooper play her game. You go talk to her. And Coop has shined ever since.
Van Chancellor's wife, Betty, knew that her husband was not aware of everything that Cooper had to deal with at home. The troubles with her mother's disease, and made him aware of that and said, you guys need to sit down. This girl is burdened. You need to lighten her load a little bit. And he did, and Sue Wicks with the basket for New York. And Tammy Jackson at the other end.
Cynthia Cooper doing it all.
And it is deafening here at the Summit.
Cooper, this is a play that she has learned from being overseas, coming from behind with a big block. She looks down court, sees Tammy Jackson wide open, heads up play by the veteran and the WNBA MVP, Cynthia Cooper.
And Rebecca Lobo is called for the foul. New York will take a timeout. Cynthia Cooper, who so desperately wanted to come back to this country after playing overseas for 11 years to show people what she could do, what type of player she was. And before this season, many didn't know who Cynthia Cooper was, and certainly no one was talking about her, but she has become the star of this league. A Jordan-esque performance in terms of all the things that she's able to do on the floor and in terms of her ability to take over a game and will her team to victory.
And all season long, she was giving credit to her teammates. She said, I would have never received this award or played the way I have played without my teammates.
And a look at the postseason awards. Cooper, the most valuable player. Teresa Weatherspoon, Defensive Player of the Year. Haisha Zhang of LA, the Sportsmanship Award. And Van Chancellor of Houston, the Coach of the Year, a longtime coach at the University of Mississippi. Has done a terrific job with the team. Was named this coach late in the going. And inherited a team of players that he did not choose, but obviously a team of special athletes. And a hug for Kim Perrott, as they have had a up-and-down relationship this season. She struggled for a while and was benched. But he has excelled, Anna, communicating with his players and sitting down with them. You mentioned his chat with Cooper. He has had to have those types of conversations with each player on this team so they have understood their roles.
And he told us yesterday he didn't know what to expect from professional athletes, but he has loved his team, and he loves them now.
The latest chapter in the basketball rivalry between Houston and New York. And the New York Liberty has 2 timeouts left, 1 full and 1:20. Houston with 1 full timeout left, under a minute to play as they look to add a third championship banner here in the Summit and the first ever WNBA championship. And New York Liberty, the team that many people projected would win this title the way they started the season.
It's going to be a difficult loss, but they have nothing to hang their head about. They've got to be very proud with their organization, as Houston is, and as all the other 6 teams in the WNBA and what they've accomplished.
Tina Thompson off the foul by Lobo. It's her first free throw and her second. Vicki Johnson off the mark. And Johnson with the rebound and the putback. With 40 seconds left to play, Vicki Johnson, 12 points for a Liberty team that could not get its offense on track this afternoon.
We knew it was going to be a defensive game, and the Comets just picked it up a little bit tougher. And they also had Cynthia Cooper.
The foul is on Weatherspoon. It's her 4th. Generally regarded as the heart and soul of a Liberty team. And the chance of MVP.
Cynthia Cooper at the line, shooting 2.
Her signature method of celebration, raising the roof, the arms up in the air. And that's what she's done in Houston today. Perrott on the steal, and Jackson on the steal. Perrott for 3. History. The Houston Comets are the first ever champions of the WNBA. Their teammate Wanda Guyton unable to play because of an injury suffered in the semifinal game. Greeted by her and won the title. Behind Cynthia Cooper, the league's most valuable player. Let's go to Lisa Milosky. Lisa?
Cynthia, everybody was wondering how you could possibly top the regular season, but what an incredible performance. 25 points in the championship game. You are the world champ.
Thank you, Jesus. We got to give God all the glory. And I dedicate this to my mom. She is my MVP. The Houston fans, they're great. We played a great game. It was a total team effort. Man, did you guys see that last three-pointer by Kim Perrott? It was a great game. Oh, man, we won. Thank you, Jesus.
Did you have a feeling midway through the game that this was going to happen, that the Comets would do it?
Yes, I knew it all the way. We have been working together. We have been sticking together as a team, and this is the result of hard work and team.
And I'll tell you who else put in a great performance, Tammy Jackson for the injured Wanda Guyton.
Absolutely. I knew that she would come here and step up. She's a veteran player. She is a great player, and what we have to do now is just celebrate.
Celebrate. Thanks for joining us. Back to you, Hannah.
Cynthia Cooper thrilled us with her play, touched us with her personal story, and inspired us all to follow our dreams. Back for the trophy presentation after this.
What does this cop show have in common with all the others coming this fall? Nothing. Players coming NBC Fridays.
Get ready for the hottest event of the summer. It's GMC Red Letter Days, the summer clearance event. And it's going on right now at your GMC dealers with the best values of the year. Like $1,500 cashback or 2.9% APR GMAC financing on Jimmy. Or how about a sizzling $2,000 cashback or 2.9 financing on Safari conversion vans. Even $2,000 cashback or 2.9 financing on full-size Savannah conversion vans. Red hot deals during Red Letter Days, the sizzling summer clearance at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana GMC dealers now.
If you have genital herpes, Valtrex twice a day for 5 days treats outbreaks of genital herpes. Call 1-800-860-6936 for a coupon for a free trial offer and to get the product information about Valtrex, which includes important safety information. Valtrex is intended to treat genital herpes in adults with normal immune systems. If your immune system is not normal because of advanced HIV disease, bone marrow, or kidney transplant, make sure your doctor knows this to avoid a potentially serious complication. In studies with Valtrex, the most commonly reported adverse event was headache. It is not known whether Valtrex can prevent the transmission of herpes infection to others. Valtrex is not a cure for genital herpes. See the current issue of Time magazine for product information about Valtrex. Don't wait. Now is the time to ask your doctor if Valtrex is right for you.
Have a story? Call 1-800-CH5-NEWS.
New look of Lee. By Nike, who encourages you to participate in the lives of America's youth. And by Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
The Houston Comets are the first ever WNBA champions, beating the New York Liberty by 14 points. They led this one from start to finish. And they won it behind Cynthia Cooper, the league's most valuable player. For the presentation of the WNBA Championship Trophy and Championship Game MVP Award, now let's go to PA announcer Maria Todd.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's show our appreciation for the New York Liberty. Please direct your attention to center court for the presentation of the MVP and championship trophies. Here are the 1997 WNBA champions, the Houston Comets.
A remarkable finish to an unforgettable season. Joining me now from the Houston Comets, Tina Thompson, Cheryl Swoops, and Cynthia Cooper. Along with owner Les Alexander and general manager and coach Van Chancellor. Now for the presentations, the president of the WNBA, Val Ackerman. Val. Here we go again. 25 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. By unanimous vote, the MVP of the 1997 WNBA championship, Cynthia Cooper. Of the championship trophy. Val, once again. Today we're all part of history. There'll never be another first WNBA champion. To our incredible fans here in Houston and back in New York. To our fans across the country and around the world, thanks for making the season so special. To the New York Liberty, it was a great effort and a wonderful season. To the Houston Comets, congratulations, you're the first ever WNBA champion. Thanks, Lisa. Well, the Houston Comets will go down in history as the first ever WNBA champions. Behind Cynthia Cooper, an inspirational performance and a terrific role model for young people around the world. It's been a great opportunity for us all to be here at the very beginning this season of something special and something that will impact sports for years to come. Once again, the final score from Houston. The Comets 65, New York 51. Tomorrow at noon Eastern, the NFL on NBC kicks off with an opening day doubleheader. In the early game, many of you will see the New England Patriots take on the San Diego Chargers. In Game 2, the Kansas City Chiefs battle the Denver Broncos or regional action. Check local listings for games in your area. Tonight on NBC, watch The Pretender, followed by the Saturday night action movie In the Line of Duty, Kidnapped. For Ann Myers, Lisa Molosky, and Beth Ruiak and our entire broadcast team, I'm Hannah Storm, saying that it has been our privilege to bring you the inaugural season of the WNBA on NBC.
The Ryder Cup, Notre Dame football, the baseball playoffs, and the World Series, the NBA, the Breeders' Cup, the National Football League, and the Super Bowl, all on America.
Live from WMAQ-TV Chicago, this is News Channel 5 at 5.
A routine inspection leads to an explosion and fire in the northwest suburbs. Police checking for everything from seatbelts to DUI to keep the road safe this weekend. And a love triangle turns deadly in suburban North Lake. But our top story at 5, 2 kids playing with a gun, and one of them is shot in the face. Now that 12-year-old child is in the hospital in critical condition. For the latest, let's go live to News Channel 5's Amy Jacobson with details. Amy?
Well, Nasita, a horrifying start to the Labor Day weekend. This is what happened. Take a look at this home behind me. Police say this is where a 12-year-old boy was visiting his friend here at this home on the 3500 block of North Rutherford. Police say the 2 boys were downstairs in the basement when one of the boys pulled out his great-grandfather's revolver. The 2 were playing Russian roulette. Now, police say the boys, one of the children actually shot the other youth in the face. The youth that was shot was a 12-year-old boy who was visiting. And joining me live to straighten all of this out is Sergeant Anthony Riccio. Tell me exactly how many shots were fired before the bullet actually was dismantled.
Well, only one shot was actually fired. What happened was the boys were playing a version of Russian roulette where they would spin the cylinder of the gun, close the gun, and take turns pointing it at each other and pulling the trigger. They did it about 7 or 8 times. Each of the first 7 or 8 times, the gun didn't fire. Unfortunately, on about the 9th time, the gun did fire, striking the victim 1 time in the face.
Were parents home when the shooting happened?
There was a parent home upstairs on the 2nd floor, babysitting for the kids.
What did they say? Did they try and hide this weapon?
Not at all. No, they're being very cooperative. They turned over the weapon to us, and the whole incident's still under investigation.
What I meant to say was, were they trying to hide? Was the weapon hidden from the 12-year-old boy?
Yeah, the gun was being hidden from the boy. They wanted to keep the weapon in the house. The parents wanted to keep the weapon in the house, and it was being hidden. Unfortunately, the boy found the gun some time ago and never disclosed to his parents that he had found the gun, and today when they were playing with it, it had this result.
Okay, thank you very much, Sergeant, for joining us live. Again, the 12-year-old boy is in critical condition tonight at Lutheran General Hospital. The shooter, the other 12-year-old boy, is being questioned at Area 5, but investigators doubt he will face any charges. Reporting live from the Northwest Side, Amy Jacobson, News Channel 5.
All right, Amy. A fatal love triangle in suburban North Lake. 3 people are dead after a lover's quarrel, and the lone survivor is a 1-year-old child. News Channel 5's Sharon Wright joins us live with details. Sharon.
Nasita, a toddler is now an orphan. Both parents lost their lives here last night, according to police, in a moment of rage. They brought their tributes here to the home of 17-year-old Alyssa Klein. Her family and friends heartbroken.
Very upset.
We were definitely surprised, and it's sad that it had to happen to a family.
Alyssa Klein had been a student at Proviso West and the mother of a toddler, but now she was dead. Backyard neighbor David Onus remembers Alyssa Klein growing up and playing with his daughter.
My kids come running and told me that, what happened. I was shocked.
It happened late last night. As investigators walked up to Alyssa Klein's home, they soon discovered the horror. The bullet-ridden car, 3 dead bodies.
We heard gunshots there quite a bit. And when I heard it, I wasn't sure. I turned to my dad and I said, that couldn't be gunshots.
Reportedly, 22-year-old Isadro Vargas had been lying in wait for his ex-girlfriend, Alyssa Klein. According to police, as she pulled in the driveway with her boyfriend, 18-year-old Efren Ramirez, Vargas opened fire, fatally wounding the couple and then turning the gun on himself. Tucked away in the back seat, Alyssa Klein's baby, remarkably unhurt.
The child was unbelievably, and thank God, unhurt.
Family members tell me Alyssa Klein's baby is now in the care of her parents. Reporting live from North Lake, Sharon Wright, News Channel 5, back to you.
In other news, 2 firefighters are injured after a gas explosion in northwest suburban Rolling Meadows. It happened last night as the 2 were checking a leaky gas line in a 3rd-floor apartment. Firefighters had just evacuated the building.
As we got up into the apartment, there was the odor of gas. We found the location to be behind the stove. In the process of trying to cap it off, there was a spark or some ignition source that did light it up.
Tonight, both firefighters are in stable condition with burns to their hands and face. Damage to the building is estimated at $200,000. Police say he was drunk, caused a hit and run, and then tried to bribe police officers with $5,000. Vitaly Siddiq of Melrose Park faces several charges after he allegedly struck two girls at the intersection of Diversey and Natchez last night. Police say Siddiq's blood alcohol level was 1.5 times the legal limit. A 13-year-old girl was critically injured. A 14-year-old is in fair condition. They were standing on the median carrying groceries when they were hit by the car. It's accidents like that one that the Illinois State Police want to prevent with surprise checkpoints. Besides alcohol violations, police are checking child car seats and seat belts. News Channel 5's Tracy Haynes reports the goal is to save lives.
Illinois State troopers in West Suburban Countryside kept their eyes peeled for people with children improperly seated or not restrained in their cars. Bill Rizzullo has his 3-year-old daughter Grace in the car, but he says when troopers told him his safety seat was too old, he didn't mind hearing.
This is outdated. We're going to set you up with another one here.
No problem at all. I was unaware that there was any limitations to how long these seats were good for as far as code went. And if it meant getting a new one today, that would be fine, whether I had to buy one or they gave me one. Either way, I just want to make sure that doing the right thing for the kid.
And Jennifer Salazar volunteered to come to the checkpoint for a little advice on using the child safety seat. She says she got what she needed.
They just secured the car seat and, mainly they told us that what we were doing was correct.
Of course, identifying people who might need a safety seat is the primary purpose for this roadside check. However, it might also serve the benefit of identifying people who are a danger on the road. Troopers say the driver of this car was smoking a marijuana bong as he entered the checkpoint. He won't drive anymore today. But troopers also say the safety check really has served its first intended purpose.
Absolutely, because even the people that don't have it seatbelted securely, we will educate them, tell them how to, and everybody's very appreciative of it, and if we can save one life, we're doing a good job.
Tracy Haynes, News Channel 5.
The troopers and countryside officers who ran the checkpoint gave out 30 free safety seats to those who needed new ones. They're planning more safety checks like this one in the near future. A renewed effort in the search for a hit-and-run driver in suburban Lombard. This weekend, police are stopping cars and passing out flyers describing the vehicle that struck and killed 70-year-old Joe Pytel last weekend. Police are looking for a blue Ford with a damaged right front headlight, and anyone with information is asked to call Lombard Police. A suburban nursing home faces charges from state officials. Also, honors for veterans more than 50 years after their service. And this Labor Day brings a demand for fair wages. More when News Channel 5 continues.
Next week, Unit 5 reports.
Unit 5.
Committed to Chicago. Committed to bringing you the stories that go way beyond the headlines.
A mother fights to protect her family and the families of other patients whose insurance companies cut them off.
This is an extreme injustice.
Do you find yourself forgetful, losing your train of thought? There's good news. A hormone some say can bring back your brain.
Stories you won't see anywhere else. Next week on News Channel 5 at 10.
Behind every door, there's a party. And behind every party, there's Jewel Osco. We've got it all, from good foods to party wear, to the little extras that make a party great. All you need, all under one roof. For your next party, invite Jewel Osco.
Hi, come on in. I'm so great.
Chicagoland's party team.
Dear Mrs. Responsible, you never missed a school play. You remember everyone's birthday, including your father-in-law's. You never went away on a golf weekend. With all due respect, ma'am, you're due. This is the Buick Riviera. You can get a supercharged engine. It's bigger than some minivans, but it only seats 4. So it's not the perfect family car. And that's the point. The Buick Riviera. You're due. Definitely due.
Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. Uh-oh. Better get Mako.
When the unexpected happens, see Mako for free estimates, a nationwide warranty, and Ambassador Paint Service for $189.95. Park your worries and say, uh-oh, better get Mako.
If
If you've ever dreamed of the trip of a lifetime,
Get United, call Ameritech.
Call this number now. You could win and save big time.
1-800-709-LINK.
A grand worldwide vacation, United first class all the way.
All expenses paid.
Ooh, call now, don't wait, be on your way. Ameritech, your link to better communication.
You can count on me, and I know I can count on you. Thank you, lovely.
A group of home health care workers rally on this Labor Day weekend to demand a pay raise. Starting Monday, the federal minimum wage jumps to $5.15, but these workers say it's still not enough to live on. The group says it saves the state millions of dollars each year because people who are getting care at home don't need to go into nursing homes. Thousands of Illinois prisoners will be tested for the virus that causes AIDS. Beginning Tuesday, 1,000 women will be randomly tested at the Dwight Correctional Center. And then in October, 1,000 men at the Joliet Correctional Center will be tested. The announcement came yesterday when a federal jury refused to award damages to former inmate Michael Blooker. The Crystal Lake man accused prison officials of ignoring his complaints that he'd been raped and infected with HIV. A Berwyn nursing home is under fire from the State Department of Public Health. The department has fined the Fairfax nursing home $10,000 after an 83-year-old resident died. The report says the resident received improper care with breathing tubes, and the department also claims a staffer falsified the woman's respiratory therapy certificate. A hearing on the charges is set for November. A back-to-school fair on the South Side today. It helps soothe the transition from vacation to full-day classes. There were games, prizes, the arts and crafts tables that you see there. The children lined up for the free hot dogs, too. And there were plenty of books for the taking. The fair was sponsored by the Olive Branch Mission, Alderman Virgil Jones, and several public and private organizations. A 1,200-foot walk. Doesn't sound difficult, does it? Unless it's on a tightrope over a famous body of water. We'll have the details ahead.
I'm Brad Miller in the News Channel 5 Weather Center. A few showers around Chicagoland, even some breaks in the clouds there. Is this the last rain we'll see over Labor Day weekend? The complete forecast is straight ahead.
Weather on News Channel 5 is brought to you in part by your local Dodge dealers.
To take advantage of the great deals at the Dodge Big Summer Clearance, you're going to have to act fast. Because with combined package values and discounts of up to $1,350, our supply of Dodge Dakotas will rapidly run out. With package values of up to $1,185 on the mighty Dodge Ram, time isn't the only thing that's going to fly. Get to the Dodge Big Summer Clearance soon, because the clock is running. See the friendly Dodge dealer near you.
Is that the right size battery for my car? It doesn't seem to fit.
Don't worry, we'll make it fit. We've been doing this a long time.
It's not going in.
Just keep hitting it.
I'm not comfortable with we'll make it fit.
Why not? If it fits, it fits.
It's perfect. Good job.
Pep Boys has the right battery at the right price. 31,000 items at the guaranteed low price, tires and service too. Pep Boys, everything but gas.
I need a new sofa. The appliance that I need is a refrigerator. I need something that's really durable. Be big enough to put a frozen turkey in or something. So I think I want something that's very stylish because when they come over, I want them to say, ooh. It has lots of bins in it, and it has a crisper on the bottom. Something within my price range.
Hey, at Ward's, all furniture, all appliances, and all mattresses are on sale right now. And you can even get free delivery.
But I think I should just refurnish the whole house.
Shop smart, live well. Ward's. Hurry, sale ends Monday.
Cool backpack. Where'd you get it? My mom got it. It was free. Free? Yeah, she got free stuff too. Free cellular phone. I gotta get my mom to talk to your mom.
Donate $25 to Ronald McDonald House Charities when you sign up for service, and Cellular One will give you a Motorola flip phone and 3-month service charge free, plus a free Ronald McDonald backpack.
Billy, what's a celery phone?
Call Cellular One and help support the kids of Ronald McDonald House Charities.
Leather and Comfort half-price sale. All the passion of Natuzzi Italian leather. 50 exclusive styles and 200 colors. Buy one piece on sale and the second piece is half price. Sofas at Leather and Comfort start at $7.99 for the softest, most durable furniture in the world. During the Leather and Comfort half-price sale, you buy one piece on sale and get the second piece at half price. Leather and Comfort, located at 2145 West Grand Avenue in Chicago, in Schaumburg on Gulf Road, and in Wilmette's Edens Plaza. Leather and Comfort, the best seat in the house.
An American and a Frenchman are preparing for what's being billed as the most dangerous stunt ever in London. Two tightrope walkers practicing for a walk across the Thames River. The men are training for the stunt in a cornfield in France, and on September 14th, American Jade Kinder-Martin and Frenchman Didier Pasquet will navigate over the river on 1,200 feet of rope that's only an inch wide, and they won't have a net. Brant Miller is up next with the weather, and Brant, I suspect you're not talking about warm, sunny stuff either.
Not a bad weekend, though, Nisita. This is what we've got to show you tonight. Skywatch 5, our live camera, looking out to the west. Still some showers to contend with over the next several hours, but things will improve. For the rest of the weekend, it looks dry. Here's Storm Tracker. A few more showers popping up across McHenry County and Lake County, Illinois. You might even hear the clap of thunder. Not a big deal. There are some showers and thunderstorms you can see up across Wisconsin. All this is pushing off to the east. Our weather tracker site at Streamwood High School up on the roof there. Just a paltry 0.02 of an inch of moisture. South winds around 11 miles per hour. Current temperature 72. We stayed in the 70s all day long today. It looks like we'll see 80 tomorrow and then some cooler temperatures Monday instead of the temperatures in the upper 80s we'd anticipated. 72 is our current reading. Look at the warmth that's out to the west. Here come the showers pushing on through. We'll see a frontal boundary that's going to stretch out east-west, and it looks like that means winds coming off Lake Michigan, southeast winds that'll be with us into Monday. So instead of seeing upper 80s, we'll see upper 70s. So if you're a hot weather fan, Nisita, electric blanket time. Here's what it looks like from coast to coast with clouds and radar. You see a broad area of high pressure. We'll get a good plunge of Canadian air moving in here that'll drop our temperatures to the low 70s by the time we get to the latter part of the week. 80 is our forecast high tomorrow, so we're being denied this really warm stuff. For the next 6 hours, 68 degrees. You might see an isolated thunderstorm. Just some light showers over most of the area. Some patchy fog overnight tonight. Tomorrow's high temperature about 80 degrees. Monday for Labor Day, 79. It's dry the rest of the weekend. And then Tuesday, some showers and thunderstorms coming through. Look at Wednesday and Thursday, lower 70s. And I did notice some leaves beginning to change today. Nisita, any other good news that I can...
I don't want to hear it. Thank you, Brant. Special honors today for dozens of World War II veterans for their role in the D-Day invasion of Normandy. The French government is giving 97 veterans a Liberation Medal. 4 of those vets are from the Chicago area. The French Consulate General handed out the medals today, thanking the vets for helping give freedom to France and saying France will never forget the sacrifice of the Allied forces. The MSI case touched the highest levels of state government as prosecutors investigated charges of fraud and bribery involving state public aid contracts. Now, political commentator Dick Kay has a lot of questions about another investigation involving MSI.
Governor Edgar's decision to conduct an internal investigation of the MSI public aid scandal raises serious questions about a possible cover-up in his own office. Working with the Unit 5 team and the BGA, I've been reporting on the scandal for 2 years. We've done story after story, sometimes questioning the governor himself. The answer has always been the same. Edgar knew nothing about it, and his staff took credit for asking state police to launch the original MSI investigation. Everything we reported has been borne out in testimony in a federal trial, and it resulted in convictions. We pointed to the possible involvement of some of Edgar's highest staffers, and some in Senator Pate Phillips' office, too. Federal prosecutors made a stronger case in the trial. Now, Edgar has ordered his own internal investigation. 2 years too late, in my opinion. I thought that was the original mission of the state police. Did they hide information? Did they disclose everything to Edgar? If not, why not? If they did, why is a new internal probe needed? Why did Edgar wait until he decided not to run for governor again to question his staff? Or did he? And did they tell him everything the first time around? If not, why not? If the original state police investigation did not reveal all, can we trust this new one? Questions, questions, questions. I'm Dick Kay.
It's a rare weekend when Sox fans cheer for the Cubs. The Northsiders helping out the Southsiders. Details in sports. And a giant leap for a mammoth frog. More coming up.
Patience is a virtue. Stop and smell the roses.
Hey, but Oldsmobile's National Year-End Closeout is right now. You can pick up a well-equipped 88 with 6-passenger seating and a long list of standard features for only $23,200.
Good things come to those who wait.
Wait and miss out on an additional $1,500 cash back or 2.9 financing?
Oh, never mind. The early bird gets the worm.
Right, at Oldsmobile's National Year-End Closeout.
It happens only once a year. The one event that's possible at only one place. The #1 place for quality linens. The linen experts, Stroud's. Fall sale now in full force. Savings up to 50% off Stroud's everyday low prices. Lowest prices of the season on Stroud's most desirable designer and brand name fashion ensembles. 14 of the best-selling patterns now at an extra 20 to 40% off. Save $58 on Crocille's Terra Nova Queen Comforters at Stroud's.
Maternity, Dr. Wayner.
Doc, we're on our way. I'm fine, but my husband's not breathing.
Tell him, breathe in, breathe out.
There's a new cellular service from Ameritech that's so clear, it's like you're there.
Another dad down in the waiting room.
Give him some air. I'll see you soon.
Thanks, Doc.
Virtually no static or interference. ClearPath, so clear, it's like you're there.
Act now and get 2 months unlimited local calls from Ameritech.
Wouldn't you love new carpet for your home? Carpet your family could really enjoy? Then come to New York Carpet World for our great Labor Day sale. That means you get free labor on hundreds of beautiful choices throughout the store. As part of Shaw, the world's largest carpet maker, we're always bringing you the best values. Right now, every roll of carpet in our stores is clearance priced at $3 to $10 a square yard. That's every roll in store for $10 a yard or less. We make it, we install it, we guarantee it. New York Carpet World. Hurry in now for the best selection.
Welcome to Park Avenue, the ultimate urban environment. So quiet, it shuts out urban unpleasantness. So beautiful, it improves the neighborhood, even the most elegant street in America, which, incidentally, seems to have been named after our new car. The all-new Park Avenue by Buick, the power of understatement.
Only at your Chicagoland Northwest Indiana Buick dealer.
You know, this interleague game concept is still a little strange to me.
You know, what's even more strange, Nasita, is the fact that the Cubs could help out the Sox today. And they did. They did them a little bit of a favor. You know, the Cubs, it appears they're simply in the wrong league. It's that simple. They've been horrible all year, except during interleague games. They helped out the Sox by pounding Cleveland today, which improves their record to 7-4 against the American League. Now, Mark Grace had a big day in Cleveland, a triple in the 9th inning. That followed this home run in the 3rd. Boom, gone. Out of Jacobs Field. Cubs built a 4-1 lead on the Indians at this point, and they never gave that lead up today. 8th inning, they get some insurance runs. Lance Johnson at the plate. He singles in Sean Dunston and Kevin Ory. Jose Hernandez also going to try to score on this play, but he's not going to make it. Thrown out at the plate. No big deal, though. The Cubs go on to win at Jacobs Field by a score of 9-4. Well, how about those Sox? They were having some fun last night at Comiskey. Boy, that bubble gum on the hat trick gets me every time. That's so funny. Okay, I'm ready now. George Fabregas with a big hit in the 4th inning. Big fly number 7 for George. Sox tied the game at 2. And they did a good job of playing catch-up against Houston all night. They capped their rally in the 8th inning. Mike Cameron with the clutch single to the gap. Robin scores. Sox go on to win 5-4. Jason Beret pitches tonight against Houston at Comiskey. Davey Johnson faced his old team at Camden Yards today, and it was not a happy homecoming for the Orioles skipper. The Mets had their way with the Birds. Bernard Gilkey hits a 3-run shot in the top of the 9th. Mets just crushed the Birds by a score of 13-5. The Yankees hosted the Expos. Andre Agassi threw out the first pitch, and it wasn't bad either. Must be playing a lot of catch with Brooke in the backyard. Andre plays a 3rd-round match at the U.S. Open tomorrow. Rondell White of the Expos going deep here. Watch Paul O'Neill. Thought he had a play here, but no, the fan at Yankee Stadium interferes with him. Take another look. They sent him out. That's an immediate ejection for the fan. 3-run shot. Yankees down now 6-1. In the 8th inning. Well, the Northwestern football team got some devastating news today. Upon reviewing the most recent set of x-rays, doctors have determined that Dwayne Bates has suffered a complete tear of his anterior tib-fib ligament. That is in addition to a sprained ankle and broken bone in his right leg. He will miss the entire season for Northwestern. Tough blow for the Cats. Good college football game today in Syracuse. NC State coach Michael Cain led the Wolfpack to a big upset of the Orangemen. NC State scores a touchdown in OT. They trailed by 1. The Cuse wanted a timeout. The players didn't hear the coach as NC State takes advantage of a confused defense. Jamie Barnett hooks up with Torrey Holt, and that's the ball game. 32-31. The final score in the Dome. Well, I've got news for the remaining players still alive at the U.S. Open. You're fighting for second place right now. Forget about the championship trophy. Pete Sampras has dibs on that. There isn't anyone on the planet with a prayer of beating the two-time defending champion. Both the men's and women's top seeds were in action at center court, and both won easily. That includes Martina Hingis, the youngster, shut down Elena Nikatseva of Russia in 2 sets. Here's match point. Last a little while. Get comfortable here. It's almost over. Come on, Martina, put it away. There we go. Hingis moves on. She looks for her 3rd Grand Slam win of the year at the U.S. Open. And how about the men? Pete in the near court, boom, out of the way. He wins easily against Alex Radulescu of Germany, 6-3, 6-4, 6-4 were the scores. Pete still hasn't lost a set in the tournament. The first WNBA season is in the books. Houston hosted the New York Liberty in the final game today at the Summit. Outcome never in doubt in this one. Houston leading from start to finish. Cynthia Cooper was the MVP today. Houston wins 65-51. Cooper had 25 points. A couple final notes here. Seth Joyner will not play for the Packers in Monday night's opener with the Bears. He has an injured knee. Fulton Allen and David Sutherland are co-leaders of the Greater Milwaukee Open after 3 rounds. Now back to the U.S. Open for a second. More Pete Sampras. Watch this point. After he sends a shot a little bit long, Pete dazzles the crowd with the 360 spin.